You by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And there is absolutely no better way to start a Monday than being on the tennis courts in Oxnard, California. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here. James Pledger back in San Antonio, running the show from there. We're at Dallas Cowboys training camp.
Absolutely. Our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage kicking off this afternoon. And I say that it's noon 01 here in California. The Cowboys are on the practice field now. We got in Saturday.
Yep.
And yesterday, the first padded practice. And, man, I love football. I mean, honestly, it's just great to see football, even if it is practice.
It was great to see it, especially them going 11 on 11. They practiced for about an hour and 45 minutes yesterday, and it was physical. There were guys being knocked down. I don't think Schottenheimer liked that too much, but it got a little physical out there, and some good plays on both sides of the football.
It got physical. Dude broke a bone in his neck.
Yeah, he did.
Good. But again, it's football. It's violent, and of course, there's so much about Micah's contract. He is here. He's out on the field now, but not practicing. And again, the Joneses just continue to say the things that why? I don't get it. We'll hear from him later, but I really did think months ago that our first day here, Micah would have his new deal. I really did. And it seems like the pissing match is just getting to a point now where it's anger. I think both sides are mad at the other, and it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they got the most important player signed to an extension, Jake Ferguson. So that's really all that matters. And so as long as that's taken care of, we should be okay. And Micah comes next. You got to take care of them in order of importance.
Well, I mean, look, although Jake Ferguson wanted to get paid, and he did.
He did.
I mean, and the Cowboys kind of ahead of this deal for Jake Ferguson. He's only going to be, the 7th highest paid tight end. But when you look at the tight ends that are going to be up next year, that could have been $20 million, or he'd be on his way out of town. But it is interesting when a guy wants to get paid, and the team will do that. But it's got to feel like a good deal. Both sides, I think, ultimately need to feel like they lose here to get it done. Micah, whatever he is planting his flag on right now, it has got to lose something. I mean, these deals get done when both sides feel like they've lost a little, right?
Well, you got to figure that's something, because the way the Cowboys talk, both Jerry and Steven, it's like we want to pay this guy, but they haven't said it, but he's asking for more than we want to pay. That's what it sounds like to me. I could be wrong on that, but that's what it sounds like to me, that, yes, Micah, we want to pay him. We want him here, but he's asking for the moon, and we just can't go that high.
Absolutely. I mean, it is what it is. And we'll hear from him, listening to Steven talk on the field a little bit yesterday, the fans chanting, "Pay Micah," all of that. It's comical. But, as we get here to Oxnard for our Cowboys training camp coverage, you want to watch on YouTube, easy to do that on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Go there, check that out. You can comment there. Lots and lots and lots of comments already on the YouTube page. And coming up 3:15, 3:30 San Antonio time, Malik Hooker is going to sit right here with us on the tables here on the tennis courts.
Yeah, looking forward to our string of interviews. Malik Hooker will be the first of many that we're looking forward to. Love those conversations we have with the Cowboys PR staff when we first get here. Well, who would you like? And we give them a list, and they do everything they can to get us who we want. So Malik Hooker will kick off our coverage here this afternoon on the Blitz. Looking forward to that.
The question really kind of becomes for Mr. Ferguson, is he still avoiding coming within 20 feet of you?
Well, we'll see, because we asked for him at some point this week, so we'll see what happens. But I mean, the guy ought to give me a cut of his new contract, for goodness sake.
Why?
I mean, I discovered the guy. Yeah, I went to Steven and said, hey, check this dude out. I mean, he's pretty good.
I mean, you realize he was on the field when you saw him in a Cowboy uniform.
He was a hair from being cut. Okay, come on. Until I went to Steven on his behalf.
I really don't think that's true.
It's absolutely not true, but that's the story I'm telling.
Well, and then, I mean, there's a headline in the New York Post, which tells me that Ferguson is way out of your league, because Haley Cavendish celebrates Cowboys fiance Jake Ferguson's $52 million contract. And
I'm sure she does.
She might actually be the one person happier about this deal than one Joe Reinagle.
I know she's happier than that. And that's it's all good. No, I'm happy for the guy. I hope he has a much better year. Obviously, the Cowboys think that he will. And they think he's their future at tight end. So you pay the guy, you get him done, and here we go.
Absolutely. Anything you guys want to know going on here at Cowboys training camp, on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210, tweet at me at Jason Minix. Comment there on the YouTube the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. One of the things that Joe and I have been talking about, obviously the Micah contract is the dominant storyline. I'm tired of talking about it. You're tired of hearing about
Absolutely.
it, right? I want to talk football. And one of the big question marks coming into this season for the Cowboys offensively is, quite frankly, the line and the running backs. Now, we've seen one practice. We've heard a lot of talk about stronger commitment to the run. Yesterday's practice, you could see a strong commitment to the run. And quite honestly, I don't know who had a better day. Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and even Jadon Blue, man. I mean, it feels like the Cowboys, after one practice that I've seen, so much more upgraded in the running back position, but also the commitment to running the football.
I was really surprised, I guess pleasantly. I don't really know what I was thinking, but Miles Sanders, this guy, the way he was running yesterday, man, it looks like, back when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, this guy, he was running well. Williams did also. But the guy Shoddy was just glowing over today during his press conference was Hunter Luepke.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, he could not say enough good things about Hunter Luepke today during his press conference. And it looks like Hunter Luepke is not only going to play fullback, but he may play some tight end this year and do some other things. And the one thing I did like, and I know Mike McCarthy said the same thing, but Brian Schottenheimer today said, we're going to run the damn football.
Yeah.
And he said that, and you're right. Judging from yesterday's practice, they are going to run the football.
Well, and the other one that he talked a lot about, which kind of surprises me, is Phil Maffa, the rookie. And he was making jokes like, I'm starting to Phil, it's like, all right. But, one of your favorite players, Deuce Vaughn, not practicing.
Not at all.
I can't imagine all these guys are going to make the team. But just the commitment to run. Now, yesterday, according to Shoddy, the offense won the day. They keep scores. How they scored, it's they've got their own little scoring method. And he explained it a little bit, but there's no way you can go out there and try and track how they're scoring things. Defense won the first couple days. Offense won yesterday. And I find that interesting because as we were watching, I don't know that any of us, and I say that us being AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle or Ryan Eagle or myself, thought that the offense looked particularly good, especially in the passing game. They ran the ball well. They didn't throw the ball well. But the one thing that I was surprised about is not a lot of deep balls or any really deep balls thrown by Dak Prescott. But that seems like the only thing Joe Milton was throwing was the deep. That dude's got a cannon.
He has got a cannon. I tell you what, and I told you guys this yesterday, Joe Milton is a big dude.
6'5".
He is a big – I don't know what I was thinking of this guy, but you see him out on the field, and he towers over Dak Prescott.
Well, Dak's 6'2".
Oh, I get it, but I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. But he is a big dude, and you're absolutely right. The guy can flat out throw the football a mile. And
accuracy is a little bit, but
accuracy was a problem for both of those guys yesterday. Dak was really off yesterday throwing the football.
Yeah, it's interesting because, I mean, in team drills, a lot of checkdowns to the running backs or short passes from Dak Prescott. And a couple of times running. And I don't know if that was because the offensive line or if that was part of the script on this is what you're going to do on these plays. That's the one thing about a practice that it's always hard to judge because you don't know if they are working on something specific. You're just watching. And, well, was that by design or was that just a total cluster?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, and I'm just talking about some of the throws that I saw. Two in particular that I saw. One was to Pickens. It was way off. And another one to Jake Ferguson that was really high. And so I don't think that has anything to do with checking down or what the deal was. It was just bad throws. And I also saw, and I don't think anybody thinks it's a big deal. I don't really either, but it still looks to me, Jason, that Dak's got a little bit of, a hitch in his giddy up, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, he just might run funny now.
Maybe that's it.
Because there was one play I remember early on in team drills where, the C's parted and he tucked it and he ran. Now, granted, nobody got anywhere near him, but he ran pretty solid on that particular run. But some of his, I know what you're saying. Or even like, he's down on a knee and getting up. It's kind of like Rob Thompson getting out off the couch at the beach house.
Yeah, that takes a while. And things crack when he gets up too. But no, it was good. And again, yesterday, the first padded practice. So we got an opportunity to see that. They're going through the second day of padded practice out there right now as we speak. You'll hear the music, or maybe you'll hear it because they play it pretty loud. And guys, the atmosphere, just trying to see that yesterday is one that is so upbeat and positive. All the coaches out jumping around, running around, everybody's, clapping and it's a very positive atmosphere at practice.
The energy that you hear a lot from Shoddy, you see it. Some of the coaches wearing shoulder pads and running in after every play. It in a lot of ways feels more like what I've seen like at a college practice or even a high school practice. I'm trying to think, like at UTSA games, you see all those coaches on the sidelines jumping, they get all the players jumping. It's got that feel to it.
Yeah.
And I know Jeff Traylor has said before, we've got to create our own energy. How do you do that? Brian Schottenheimer is doing that here. It is true because we felt it yesterday. You get out there on that practice field and you could feel the energy. It's very different than Mike McCarthy's practices. Very different than even Jason Garrett's practices. I'm Bill Parcells. It was all work. It is interesting to hear about it and then witness it.
Well, what I like is, and everything's a competition. You say, well, it's training camp, but I don't mean that. Obviously, the players are competing for their jobs, yes, but there's games being played when they're out practicing and playing football. And so that's when Shotty told us that, the offense ended up winning. It was like a 3-2 score, or however he judges that. But Everything is a competition in that way, team-wise, as well as individual-wise also. So we got a lot to bring you here from Dallas Cowboys training camp, thanks to AA Best Bail Bonds. We're going to hear from the newest tight end, signed, sealed, and delivered, Jake Ferguson. He's going to tell us what it's like to be rich. And then you heard Jason talk about it early on. Jerry on Micah and Steven on Micah. Do they have a point to prove? We're going to talk about it and hear it all when we continue from AA Best Bail Bonds, Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party. From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom. Attention football fans, AARP Texas is teaming up with San Antonio Sports Star for this season's Dallas Cowboys training camp. Enter for your chance to win a pair of preseason tickets or tickets to a home game. Visit sasportstar.com now to enter for a chance to win. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Brought to you by AARP Texas. Whether you're a diehard fan or just love the excitement of game day, AARP Texas has you covered. Again, just go to sasportstar.com and enter for a chance to win big with AARP Texas. It's your chance to experience Cowboys football live. Visit sasportstar.com now.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check your house sitter has the new code first before leaving for vacation.
System lockout.
But that's the code.
Contacting authorities.
I'm out of here.
Oh, seriously, the car too?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live on the tennis courts. Love being here in Oxnard, California for Dallas Cowboys training camp. And Jason, I got to say, we put a video yesterday at the house that we're in, the beach house that we're in. I'll tell you what, my friend, well done.
Thank you. Although I want to say we've never had a bad house out here, but some are better than others.
Absolutely.
Now, there was that one year where our house canceled on us as we were getting out here and had the crappiest of crap hotels, literally with meth and hookers in the parking lot. That was a bad hotel. Outside of that, most of the beach houses have been pretty solid. This one right up there, although we're a block from the beach, so you got to go. It's a 3-story house. And then there's 2 levels of decks to get to where you can actually get to the very top where the grill is at and actually see the ocean, which is pretty nice. Now, a lot of stairs in this house, and somebody commented on on the video, and I forget which platform because it's everywhere, Facebook, Instagram. It's Cool House. RJ Ochoa, our friend from Blogging the Boys, wanted an MTV Crib-style video. That's the best we were going to do.
That's it.
But somebody commented that Rob needs steel-toed slippers. And that might be true. There are a lot of stairs in this house.
So just while we're making this video, Minix and I, Rob was going to be in it and go up top, and he's going to stay up there. And he said, "Look, I'd shoot it for you, but I can't get up the stairs fast enough."
Well, it's like we're like, all right, Rob didn't realize that thing had a roof. So, yeah, when you travel together, I mean, we've all been, with the exception of AJ, working together for years and years and years.
Right.
And like, I know if there's stairs, Rob's going to take the downstairs-iest of downstairs, because he's going to walk in and he's going to put a suitcase on the bed and the thing is going to explode and there's clothes everywhere, right? That's going to be Rob's room. And there's a game room in there.
Yep.
It's like, I don't know, like a mother-in-law suite, or, I don't know, you could rent it out. I mean, ping pong table, and for some reason, an elliptical machine that will never get used.
Yeah, not by us anyway.
And then the middle floor has a couple of bedrooms, a bathroom, the kitchen, and the living room. There's not enough couches in this place. And then the third level is just basically the master suite, which, is fantastic. And then you get out to the deck. It works.
No, it's great. And I'm glad. We were worried we didn't see a barbecue pit when we got there, and finally found it. It's up on the roof. So good stuff, and well done. It's a nice place. Doesn't have air conditioning, though.
It doesn't have air conditioning. And look, A.J. Hoffman was losing his mind because there is no AC. It's California. Open your damn window.
Well,
that's what you have to do. But every closet has a fan, including his. He initially said no, and then he looked in his closet, and there was a fan in there.
Well, A.J. had a good time the first day we were here, so he took him a day to figure out where things were and how they go. But
that's a good. That's very kind of you.
Yes, he had a good time, no doubt. So he's back and he's got it all situated. But it's very comfortable, actually, because you're right. I mean, even sitting here right now, if you're watching on YouTube, and we encourage you to go there and like and subscribe to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. But you can see our banner in the background. The wind is blowing, and that wind is chilly.
It's an ocean breeze.
Yeah.
And I see on YouTube, Justin said, hard pass for me with no AC. Honestly, you open up a window and the fans are going, it's fine.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, if you don't have the fans going, during the day it gets hot. At night, it's cold as hell. To give you an idea, we had a really good Saturday last night after dinner. I think AJ went to bed at 7.
I think he did.
Ish. And Joe and I, of course, went to the greatest, crappiest bar on planet Earth called the Rudder Room, which I love. You get out to the Rudder Room. Daytime, it's gorgeous. I got some photos up there on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, at Jason Minix, at Joe Reinagle 210. Just, it's spectacular.
Nice sunset.
Yeah, but once that sun is gone, it's stupid cold.
It gets cold, yes.
And I learned something yesterday at the Rudder Room. Seals are mean. I had no idea, but there was a seal asleep on the beach. And this girl walked up to it, almost like, you see these weird stories like at Yellowstone with people getting out to try to get their picture next to a buffalo, and you know better. Like, we all know it. Don't do that, dumbass, right? So this girl's walking up to this seal, and it started like it was a pit bull behind a fence, man, barking at her and moving.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dude, I did not know seals did that.
Well, I mean, I don't blame the seal.
No.
Poor thing just wanted to sleep, and everybody was trying to mess with it.
Wow.
And there were a couple of guys that went close again, starts barking, and just leave me alone. I want to sleep.
Well, I think those guys were just trying to get video because they were like me. I've never seen a seal do that. I've never heard of a seal attack. Now, granted, he didn't do anything to the lady as she barked. The seal barked, and the lady backed off quickly. I've never seen anybody run that fast in that sand here at the Oxnard Beach because it is thick, but
it's thick.
It scared the crap out of her.
Absolutely, it did. It would have scared the crap out of anybody because you weren't expecting that.
Well, that's it. I've never seen a seal do that.
Well, it was funny. He was a big dude too, big fat seal.
Well, I mean, you think about the seal and walrus shows at SeaWorld. That's what you expect. I mean, yeah, they bark, they make some noise. But I've seen people get kind of close and take pictures before. She got in his personal space, and apparently about 3 feet was too much because that seal, and it moved fast.
Dude, I'm not going to mess with the seal.
No.
They're fun to look at, but I'm not going to mess with them. And I wish Jerry and Steven would stop poking the bear when it comes to Micah Parsons.
Oh, come on. Kind of like the drama of trying to get video of a seal barking.
Exactly.
I mean, you keep the storyline going. So very early on in practice yesterday, Stephen Jones did a little bit of media and had this to say about Micah Parsons' contract situation.
It doesn't change anything. I mean, we want to pay Micah too. He's got to want to be paid.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's got to want to get paid.
Which, again, just tells me that they're a little ways apart on either years, guarantees, something that the Jones family is just not willing to go to just yet. And apparently Micah's not willing to back off of it just yet.
I mean, at some point, the negotiation part has to happen. There's got to be negotiation. There's got to be some give and some take on both sides. Jerry made the rounds yesterday with all the television stations, as he typically does the first Sunday of camp when all the TV stations are here. So on Fox 4 in Dallas, Jerry talked about the status of the contract talks.
Oh, yes. Obviously, Micah, first of all, does want to get paid. He's getting paid. You know, he gets about 20-something million right now. And that's pretty easy, 20 million standing there watching practice out there at the same time we're going on. But seriously, I don't have a lot to say about it. This is pretty commonplace.
Yeah, it's common with the Cowboys to piss everybody off and not get it done. So, yeah, he's getting paid. He's just standing around.
I like
easy $20 million.
Yeah, well, he's right.
But then Jerry's like, I'm cool with him not practicing.
Not really, because I don't want him to get hurt.
Oh.
And he plays a contact, what you call a motion contact position. And linebackers, fullbacks, those guys are usually in the fray of it, and they take a pretty big of the brunt of the physicality of the game. So all of that is out there, but we'll see where this goes. But this is commonplace. It's commonplace around the NFL. It's commonplace here.
Well, Jerry doesn't want him to get hurt before he gets paid. He doesn't want him to get hurt after he gets paid. He certainly doesn't want to see him get hit by a car. I mean, all of these things, I mean, look, it's a chancy game. I mean, the poor guy, Rob Jones, yesterday, breaks a bone in his neck. And, you know, I mean, it was physical, but not really that physical. It's kind of a freak thing. But anything can happen to any one of these guys. And so that shouldn't be the reason not to pay somebody. I just think they're ways apart on numbers.
I mean, they've got to be, and whichever number it is. But Jerry Jones, listening to him, right? I don't want him to get hurt in practice. Cool. He plays this violent position. You're giving me all the reasons why Micah is doing this hold-in because of the dangerous aspect of his position, which is why that man wants his money guaranteed. I mean, that makes all the sense in the world. And Jerry just answered the question for Micah. And, yeah, I don't want to, I mean, because Jerry's looking, I want to protect my investment. He paid Dak, and then Dak got hurt. I mean, that happens in football, but you can't tell me that you're negotiating with the guy that you say you want to pay, although you're not signing him, but he plays one of the more violent positions in the game, which is all the more reason why if you're Micah Parsons, you're not out there until you get this done.
Well, we'll see if they can agree on the numbers, when they agree on the numbers. Again, keep in mind, CeeDee Lamb, we're about 10 days into training camp before he got it done, and he was holding out. So Will they get it done? I feel like they will, but it's a matter of when does it happen at this point in time.
Yeah, but Mike is here. Seen him, saw him today, saw him yesterday. He's apparently doing what he should be doing besides practicing. I just find it interesting that it just feels angry now. You know, you heard Micah seek out reporters the first day of camp and the way the Joneses have responded. And for the first time in a long time, it feels like Jerry and Steven had a meeting about messaging when talking to the media about Micah. Because, you know, we've seen this before where you hear Jerry say one thing and then you ask Steven about it and he's like, he said, what? Oh, crap. And give you another answer. They're on the same page, it sounds like, when it comes to Micah.
They are on the same page, saying the same things, and not afraid to. Look, it's a negotiation back and forth. At the end of the day, they're on the same team. They know that, but it's a negotiation, and I think they want to spin it publicly in the best light, depending on what side you're on here. So the crowd chanting, pay Micah, that's what Steven was responding to. We want to pay him, but he's got to want to get paid.
And again, you got to pay fair market value. I just, all of it, it's just, you know, what you hear from Shoddy in this new culture and family and all this, and then what you hear from the Joneses is just such complete opposite. Now, you could say for Shoddy, that, you know, he's kind of like Jason Garrett's got these sweatshirts made that say compete every day, because that's the motto of this program, and he talks about that. Now, Jerry and Steven are competing with Micah on a contract right now every day, and nobody's winning.
Well, it's they're businessmen. Jerry's a businessman. He's trying to get the best deal for the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, Micah's trying to get the best deal for Micah Parsons. That's the way it goes. When they get it done, they'll all be friends and smiles, and they'll have a big press conference. We love you, Micah. Jerry, I love you too. And that's how it works. So that's the way that it goes. It will happen. Strange thing. We all knew Deion Sanders was sick, but I never thought of cancer. He held a press conference today and told us what was going on with him and how the treatment's going. We're going to hear from Prime Time coming up when we continue our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive this Saturday from 11 till 1 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. This Saturday, 11 till 1, presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
At Target, back-to-school-a-days are here. What is back-to-school-a-days, you ask? We're talking 7 days of deals on looks and styles the kids will love, at prices you'll love even more. Because back-to-school at Target means getting all of the above. Through August 2nd, save 25% on select kids' clothes, with additional savings to round out their looks, including uniforms, leggings, polos, and activewear. Plus, their new favorite backpacks are 30% off. Happy back-to-school-a-days now through August 2nd, only at Target. Terms and conditions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from the Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Pledge's music is almost as good as the music they play out here at Cowboys training camp practice.
Almost.
They've got a DJ out there that they've hired. That's new. I don't think they've ever had that before. And I'm still waiting for Jerry's song. Shotty yesterday said that Jerry has a song that he's requested, and you'll know it when you hear it. That's what he said. I didn't hear anything that I thought Jerry might have requested yesterday, and well, today I'm listening, and I still don't hear anything that I think Jerry might have requested.
I'm very curious what the song is. I'm also thinking that our YouTube comment section should have be full of guesses. So if you're thinking you know what Jerry's song request would be, throw in the YouTube comments there on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page.
Good idea.
I mean, I mean, he's doing it his way, so it couldn't be that.
Well,
that's too easy.
It'd be a little Frank Sinatra. I can see Jerry being into a little Sinatra music.
I mean, I know he's tight with Post Malone, so could it be Posty?
Could be.
It's possible. I mean, Taylor Swift. I'm just trying to think who Jerry.
Taylor Swift.
I mean, dude, you never know.
I don't know. I think Taylor Swift is considered kind of the enemy now.
I mean,
she's a Kansas City
She's
Chief.
good for the NFL. Jerry is a fan of what Prince Green.
That's a good
I mean,
point.
so he's all in, I'm sure, on what Taylor Swift has done for the NFL. So it's certainly a possibility. You know, when you're speaking of DJs, there's always been music. There's a couple of different DJs. There's when you walk in, the whole circus, flea market stuff, there's a DJ out there.
Yeah.
And there's always been music played. Some coaches do it differently. And then, of course, Rob was telling us this morning in the weight room, it was crap music. He couldn't believe it. And apparently Cooper Beebe, who was on the morning huddle, said the coaches are picking the music, which seems a little odd. Normally that's players. That's the players' area to pick the music.
You would think so. I mean, yeah, I know they're picking it out there because everybody seems happy with the musical choices. But it's interesting. So we'll keep that in mind. Now, if we hear a song, we'll let you know. We're getting some great suggestions on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page that I think all about the Benjamins.
I mean, it could be.
Could very well be. Dallas TV show theme, maybe. Tales from the Crypt is another one.
I mean, you know, Kaiir Elam yesterday, or whatever day it was.
It was Saturday,
picked up a kid, old Simba style, celebrating. I think once Micah Parsons got signed, it could be something along those lines. You know, a little Lion King theme song. I mean, you know, with the Pope, it's White Smoke. At practice, Micah signed, here's the song. Maybe there's something along those lines, which is why we haven't heard it.
That could very well be. So we'll see. And if we hear something that sounds like Jerry's song, we're going to have to ask some of our guests if they know what that song is. Maybe they can help us out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Malik Hooker in about an hour, less than an hour.
Absolutely.
We've got a question for him. Now, a guy that did certainly control the music when he was with the Cowboys, and a lot of that was actually blaring from his personalized golf cart up at St. Edwards,
yes,
is Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders held a press conference today to go over his health issues. And holy cow, I was not expecting this. And quite honestly, some of the stuff that we had heard leading up to this, he wondered if he was going to coach this year, but no, he is going to coach. But he announced that he had and has now been cured from cancer. In fact, his doctor, Janet, with the last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, you know, they talked about what Deion Sanders has gone through in the last several months.
Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm going to be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. I depend on depend, you know, if you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like, I cannot control my bladder. So I get up and go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night. But then I'm sitting up there waking up, you know, like my grandson. We in the same thing. You know, we got the same problem right now. We're going through the same trials and tribulations. We're trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real. It is real. It is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real. Okay. I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the practice, you're gonna see one, because it is unbelievable. Like, dozing off and waking up, first thing I'm grabbing my crotch to see if I peed on myself. And it's just totally different. And I know there's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on.
Wow.
So he's got or had bladder cancer.
Yeah.
Had his bladder removed. And I really do appreciate him taking something very private, very embarrassing. I mean, let's face it, if you wet yourself, regardless of it, and saying, you know, this is my new life, and other people are going through this, don't be embarrassed about it. This is bold on the part of Deion Sanders. This is bold and courageous, and you think about somebody like Deion Sanders larger than life. Just being upfront and honest about it, because you know what, a lot of other people are dealing with the same thing.
Absolutely. Look, everybody was wondering because we'd heard for months that he had some health issues and he missed some of their spring workouts and all of that, and you're just wondering what that was. And when he called the press conference, we were talking about it. What in the world could it be? Is he going to quit coaching? What's going on? So this is the best news that we could have gotten, because he is now cured of cancer, according to his doctors.
Well, and his doctor and Deion talked about getting checked and basically what they've done for Deion Sanders.
We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder, and I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
You can clap. It's okay. You were such a blessing, guiding me to, taking me through, verbalizing every darn detail so that I could make an educated decision, which some didn't want me to go that way. They wanted me to go the other way. But I trusted and believed in you 100%. And the process wasn't easy. Just like it was some scenes that you saw, all the bull junk that transpired on draft day. It wasn't just that. It was just, I knew as well, I had a surgery coming up. My sons to this day don't know what transpired. I just told them something with my foot, again, because I wanted them to focus on making the team and not focused on dad. So they really don't know. My daughters do. And this joker right here, much love to my son, Junior, everybody, get checked out. Because if it wasn't for me getting tested for something else, they wouldn't have stumbled up on this. And make sure you get the right care, because without wonderful people like this, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today, because it grew so expeditiously, I could say. But please get yourself checked out.
That's good advice. I mean, especially men, we have a tendency to try to avoid the doctor. I know I do anyway. And so, it's really good advice. And again, the news couldn't be any better today. I mean, obviously he's got some issues that he's going to have to deal with now for the rest of his life, but he's alive, he's healthy, and he's going to be back coaching.
And that's the other thing. It's like a lot of people thought that he was going to not coach this year, take some sort of leave of absence, and that isn't the case. But you realize now, and he talked about this, how close to the end he thought he could be, but he didn't want to distract Shiloh or Shador. They didn't know. And the way he made it sound, they still don't know. They're finding out today. They're probably seeing clips on social media, which, but he did go through the process of updating his will. And of course, Deion's personality shining through when talking about ranking his kids.
The funny thing is about that, you sitting up there ranking your kids again. Let me see. Shiloh deserves how much? Bossy, she left Colorado to go elsewhere. Let me see. Like you're really going through this stuff, making sure your mama's straight. Yeah, I'm serious. You rank your kids too. I'm not the only one. So you had to deal with that and going through that. So you're straight. But the second part of that question was,
yeah.
Wow.
Who cares what the second part was?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, well, then you think about it. I've got one kid. She gets it all, right? You've got a whole bunch, man. You know what it's like to have to rank your kids on who's getting what.
Well, I already told him, man. I'm going to write him a hot check. It's going to bounce all over the place. It's weird when you do that. I mean, obviously, I think everybody has a pecking order in some form or fashion, but I'm not sure that you decide, all right, this is, Julie gets 10% and Casey gets 5%, and I don't know how all that
Why
works.
Does Casey only get 5%?
Well, because that's all she needs.
Oh, it's all she needs.
That's all she needs.
Uh-huh.
And 5% of what I got ain't much.
No, I was going to say, man.
I'm telling you right now.
I mean, it's Julie gets 10, huh?
Well,
I mean,
that was just an
that's
example,
the favorite child, isn't it?
Well, it's my first.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, look, I don't know if everybody else feels this way, but there's something. And I told Maggie this because she just had her son just had a baby. So I said, there's something about that first one. You know, I know it's not fair, but it will always have a special spot in your heart.
I see. And when you're one and done, that's it. That's it.
So you don't even have to rank anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you just hope that, after you go, your wife doesn't spend it all.
Well, but at that point,
you don't give a damn, right?
I mean,
yeah.
What am I going to know? To Prime's point, get checked. Listen to your body. And I give Deion Sanders a lot of credit for going very public with this today. The way he did it, as honest as he was about what he is going through. And it is just that reminder, listen to your body. And in this case, he was, because of the blood clots that he's dealt with forever and he was getting tested for other stuff, and they discovered this.
Yeah. How many times that happens? Is you go in for something else and they discover, something else. And that happens a lot. You hear those stories a lot where you're just going in for a routine blood check or whatever the case may be. And it turns out that they find something else. So let's just get that annual, I try to do that. You get a physical once a year and make sure that everything's okay.
Well, and again, I try, and I shouldn't, but I know a lot of you guys are like this. I try not to go because they always seem to find something, right?
Yeah, right.
I feel fine. I go there and I got this, and and I'm with you. But I know, like where I had my vasectomy years ago, Urology San Antonio.
Right.
It's a big cancer center, and you realize, there's so many different aspects of what you deal with and why they are there, and a story like Deion Sanders. Go get checked. And the fact that they can take out your bladder and, according to the doctor, created a new one.
That's incredible.
I was like, I guess the organ donors, can you donate a bladder? I've never heard of that. But then again, why would I? But she made it sound like they created a new one.
Out of his intestines or something.
Yeah.
Out of his own body, they created a new bladder. It's amazing what science can do these days. That's just unbelievable. And he said he had a choice. Right. They gave him options and he decided to go this option. I don't know what the other option was. Who knows? And it doesn't matter. But I tell you what, modern technology is something else.
It is. And I think this option was the one that if we take this out, the cancer is gone. The other one is trying to remove the tumor and then try to do that. And, Deion did talk about the range of emotions that he had to go through.
I'm always positive, man. I would get upset when my body don't allow me to do the things that I want to do, and she can attest to that. You got to understand, I'm out in the morning at 7 a.m. Lauren, let's go, baby. Let's hit this walk. Let's get this walk. And I got 2 bags full of blood and urine with me walking. I'm like, let's go, because you know what? Doc told me I got to walk, right? Yep. And I walked. I walked with 1.3, right? At least 1.3. At least 1.3. Yeah, so until the time that I couldn't. So I never look down. I'm always looking up, and I'm always trying to go get it because I want to be the best Prime I could be for everybody.
And absolutely. And that guy, I tell you what, he's one of a kind. I really like Deion Sanders, always have. Just the cockiness and the straightforwardness that he has. And I'm just glad this thing turned out as good as expected, or could be expected.
Well,
that's for sure.
And that he's going to continue coaching.
Yes.
That's the key. He's going to continue coaching. If you're on YouTube, I apologize for what's going on in the background.
Exactly. Yeah.
Apparently
his dancing's just as bad as his singing.
Oh.
So there's that. You can't do either right.
No, it's not good, but at least he put on pants.
Well, that's good. Both of these guys, Rob Thompson, A.J. Hoffman, walking in, they got smiles on their faces. What was going on back at the beach house?
Well, they got a good nap.
Is that what it was?
Although, AJ should be well rested. He went to bed at 7:00 last night.
Did I mention you had a really good time when we first got here?
Saturday?
Yeah.
He doesn't remember.
So he needed to recover from that. That's for sure. We're at Dallas Cowboys training camp, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, and our coverage is live from Oxnard, California. And it's a lot of fun. And now the boys are here. Who knows what they're going to do and what kind of interviews they're going to get. And maybe they'll go watch practice and listen for Jerry's song.
Well, we got to figure out what that is. If you have an idea of what Jerry's requested song would be, throw it in the YouTube chat, and we'll read some of those coming up. Malik Hooker in the next 15 to 30 minutes after practice.
As soon as practice is over.
Absolutely. You know, out here in California, there's a great bar that we love to go to. It's a total dive, like the complete opposite of the Rue Pub, which is my go-to spot. They're at 281 and Redland Road. There's no better place to go watch a game, watch a fight than the Rue Pub there with those 3 massive 170-inch screens. And the food is fantastic. I love the fried shrimp there. They got the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu. They've got that new bison burger, the original Wemby burger, great chicken sandwich, the hot dogs. I mean, everything's great. Their pledge even tells me the salads are wonderful. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
Former Cowboys cornerback and now Colorado head coach Deion Sanders announced he has been battling bladder cancer this offseason. He is cured, though, according to his doctors, and he will be coaching this year. Bad news for the Cowboys. Guard Rob Jones, who's been working out with the starting unit here in training camp, broke a bone in his neck during Sunday's practice. He's now expected to miss 2 to 3 months. And it is a Monday, a very special Monday here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's because we're hanging out on the tennis courts in Oxnard, California. And the Cowboys, well, they're practicing.
They are.
Right behind us.
They are. It's very physical practice.
Physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already a little pushing and shoving going on.
Well,
out
why
there.
not? That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Although Shotty wasn't pleased that a bunch of guys hit the ground yesterday.
It's tackle football.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, wouldn't it the job tackle him to the ground?
Well, that is the job.
I mean, but you got to practice that.
See, how you play football for a living.
Yes.
These guys haven't had pads on, I don't know, since January. You put pads on, you expect you want to hit somebody.
Yeah.
And you can't hit anybody.
Yeah.
You just pretend.
Exactly.
These guys are like honeybees behind us, man, just flying all over the place.
Who?
Rob and AJ.
Oh, they're working.
Are they?
Well,
I don't know what they're doing. Look at them.
I mean,
out the door they go.
I mean, it's practice. They've got a little behind the curtains, if you will. They're going to record some player after practice today to play in the morning. You know, like they had Cooper Beebe live this morning, but tomorrow is a player day off. So to get a guest for tomorrow's show, they've got to record it today. And those two have our backup equipment that they're going to go try to figure out on their own.
Oh, I hope they got here early enough, right? Because practice is still going on.
No wagering, please.
Yeah, no. There's an over and under for that. How many tries and how many times they come get you? You see me doing the show alone for a few minutes. It's because Minix had to go help those dudes get the equipment hooked
You see
up.
that cable sitting right there?
Yeah.
They'll be back for it.
There he is.
That's a requirement. They kind of need the important stuff.
Rob looks lost over there.
The other
as he comes
headsets are
in
in the
looking
back.
around. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Now, Rob actually did build bombs while in the Air Force.
Oh, my God.
But you see this guy around wires, and you wonder how he still has all 10 fingers.
I don't know how he does. That's for sure. These guys, you know that old proverbial saying, a monkey with a football? I can't say what he was doing with the football. Yeah, but that's kind of what these guys look like over here. Yeah, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Uh-huh. Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know, Nico Harrison might have been onto something because they could never get Luka in shape and traded away for, I was still an awful trade. But the thing said about Luka, clearly Luka took personally. He has completely changed his life. Now, there's an article. There's a lot of people fact-checking the article in this Men's Health magazine that make you wonder if AI wrote this thing because there's apparently some things that aren't there. But Luka has completely changed his diet, looks completely different. He is shredded. It's pretty incredible. There's a photo of him. I said, Joe, who's that? I don't know. It's Luka. I mean, he looks almost unrecognizable.
Guy looks like a model.
Well,
I mean, he's lost a lot of weight. He's got some, the guns are going there, and the guy looks good. And I tell you what, it must be that, Jason, the fact that the Mavericks trade him away because he was fat. Some people said kind of lazy, but the guy took words to heart and he got in shape. And how good can Luka Doncic be now that he looks like a real athlete?
And again, he said these are permanent lifestyle changes. So, yeah. Maverick fans can't be happy about that.
I wouldn't think so.
Not
Laker
at all.
fans got to be happy.
Yeah.
I would have think. Isn't he eligible for an extension?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's taking it serious now.
Lakers got some decisions to make.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
As a play-by-play broadcaster, now obviously, I mean, not at the major league level, but this call feels so bad. I can't believe that a professional broadcaster would have this kind of blunder.
1-2 pitch. High in the air, deep to right. That ball is foul. Or gone.
That ball was absolutely launched. Law Dog posing him up at the dish. He knew it off the bat. It was just a matter of how far.
It wasn't even close to the play. You could not even see the foul pole in the picture. It is Chris Carey, the A's broadcaster, the great-grandson, I believe, of Harry Carey. That almost sounded like something out of Major League. That's like, Bob Uecker doing a bit. Like that sounded like the call you might see in a Happy Gilmore 2 movie.
Well, I tell you, it didn't fall far from the tree with his great-grandfather. Although Harry never got one that wrong. I'm going to tell you that right now. It was unbelievable when you watch this video. And I don't know how he could get it so wrong.
He said he lost it in the lights.
Yeah.
He tweeted out, yeah, that's on me. I screwed up.
Lost it in the lights. All you got to do is look in the outfield. You see the fans standing up cheering. And this guy, so it's foul.
Well,
it's gone.
I mean, now granted, ninth inning, but that was the game that the A's won 5-2. So it was 2-1 in the ninth when he hit that very intense part of the game. If it was the game where the A's scored like 15 and he was bored, trying to figure out his dinner reservations, I could understand that. So that's why I went back and looked, what was the score of this situation? But what a great call. Let's hear that again, just the beginning.
1-2 pitch. High in the air, deep to right. That ball is foul. Or gone.
Or gone.
Or gone.
Or gone.
Yeah, you have a choice. You decide. It's gone or foul, whatever you'd like.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big, huge moment in that game. It was 2-1 at the time that guy hit a 3-run homer. And so the game was still tight, still undecided, and that was a huge moment in the game. I don't know how you get that wrong. Honestly, with where those guys sit, I hate to criticize somebody in our business, but I just don't know how you got it that wrong.
Well, he owned it. He said he lost it in the lights.
Well, that's
but you've seen the Astros home field. I mean, that
dude was on his phone or something.
There's something there.
I
mean,
have no idea.
Something doesn't add up. Almost like this review that's going viral. You may have seen this from the Outback. Some lady, and I don't know what city this is from, which Outback Steakhouse, but a 1-star review said, "I'm absolutely livid. My husband drove all the way to pick up our Outback order, and you people forgot the bloomin' onion. That was the only thing I wanted." And we've all been there. You go and you either the drive-thru, you pick up food, you get home, and you're missing something.
Yes.
Nothing can piss you off more than that, right? Then she goes back to post and says, "My fat husband ate the bloomin' onion in the car and lied. I don't know how to delete reviews."
Oh my gosh. That dude came home, ate the bloomin' onion, and told his wife they forgot it.
I don't know where it went, honey.
Dude, how far does he live from the Outback to his house where you eat a whole bloomin' onion?
How do you eat a whole bloomin' onion by yourself?
There's another thing. Oh my gosh.
Now, she's right. The bloomin' onion's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
All right. But it's like if you go and you get, whatever burger you're going, you eat your fries before you get home.
Yes.
Because if you reach in the bag for one, the fries are going to be gone before you get home.
Exactly right.
If you keep the bag closed, you're good. But you eat one fry, it's over. Apparently, this guy had a little bit of, but then he lied to his wife. Oh, honey, they must have forgot it.
I love that. That's.
I mean, her name isn't Karen, but that was a Karen move.
Well, I feel bad for her. My fat husband ate the onion on the way. Man, that's just bad. Now, see, I used to be a horrible father, apparently, because I wouldn't let my kids eat the French fries. If we went to Whataburger or wherever, I said, "No, you got to wait till we get home." They always, can we have a fry? No, you can't.
Because you would have eaten them all.
Well,
and you didn't want fries in the back seat.
And I don't know which fry box they're eating out of. It might have been mine.
You were, yeah.
I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. They can't do it. You can wait till we get home. The hell, you eat fries and don't eat eating them in my car.
Well, that's it. Were you worried about them eating your fries potentially, or them eating in the car?
No, I was worried about them eating my fries. I don't want them to eat my fries because that's what they do. And then when we divvy them up when we get home, it's like I got a half a box of fries.
God, yourself.
Yeah. When it comes to fries, yes. Damn sure am. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't let them do it. But, now I eat them on the way home. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you're by yourself.
Well, and I just make sure that they're Maggie's.
Yeah. Pledge the donkey sound effect, please.
Yeah,
or not.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh my goodness, what a horrible father.
Yeah. Malik Hooker, soon here on the Blitz.
Yeah, well, as soon as they're done with practice, we just don't know yet when that will be. So we're kind of flexible with him. When he shows up, we will go to him. That's for sure. As we continue our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California. It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
San Antonio's Sports Star is sending our boys to see the boys.
How about them Cowboys?
Our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California continues all this week. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone, come back. It's my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life, come back.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bell Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is San Antonio Sports Star. This is the Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here, and we're sitting here on the tennis courts of what used to be the Marriott Residence Inn.
Now it's the
Staybridge something or other, suites or whatever, but it's still the same tennis courts, still the same Dallas Cowboys training camp.
Now we're in a Airbnb, so Bonvoy points don't matter, but a lot of people did joke. Apparently Staybridge is in the Marriott family, so the points are still there. They changed the name, and they painted the buildings.
Interesting.
A little bit of a different color scheme.
Now, I wonder why, because I don't think Residence Inns have gone out of business, have they? Are Marriott changing? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know if this is corporate owned or franchise owned. It's this, and it's still in the Marriott family. I mean, just change the name, eat the fries in the car, and go on.
Exactly right. Tennis courts haven't changed a bit. The setup here in Oxnard hasn't changed a bit. It is all the same. And, I love that about this. And it's funny. We met a guy last night who actually moves all the equipment here from Dallas.
Yeah.
Sets up the weight room and all of that kind of stuff. It was a fascinating conversation.
It's because he gets here a couple of weeks before the team does with all the stuff, stays because he sets up the weight room. They're a moving company. And if something breaks or they need to whatever, so he is out here for a long time on the company dime.
Yeah, not bad. And and he's been doing it for Jerry for a while now. So interesting conversation we had with him. They said everything's totally done before anybody gets here. And that's the way Jerry likes it.
Absolutely. So. And it certainly does work. Now, as practice is winding down, Malik Hooker, when they're done with practice and whatever he might do on the field post-practice, he will join us here live on the Blitz. So you want to see Malik Hooker as Rob is moving the chair that we had perfectly set up for him. But that's all right. We'll figure it out. Rob is stealing chairs, throwing them like he's a wrestler.
He's a little ornery.
Well, he got a nap. Out here, Rob's working a split shift. Which,
true.
He thought he got out of that business, in his 20s. But you look at it, and Malik Hooker here in a bit, and hopefully at some point during the week we'll get Jake Ferguson. Although Jake has to agree to be within 20 feet of one Joe Reinagel. And I would imagine Jake was pretty happy when he signed his contract extension. His fiance was extremely happy, as was one Joe Reinagle.
I was very happy. I mean, I think he's a quality tight end. Obviously, I saw that when he first got here. And so he got his extension, 4 years, $52 million, $30 million of that is guaranteed. So it's right about $13 million a season. He's the 7th highest paid tight end in the NFL,
which is about where he probably should be when you look at it. And he is coming off of a very subpar season, especially for Jake Ferguson. And he talked about bouncing back this year.
Yeah, that's the first season I've ever not scored a touchdown in my whole life. So feeling that sting was definitely something. And then, it's also same time, like, what do you say? Like, that wasn't anybody else who played that season. That was me. So fixing it, and, if I was going to do the same thing I did off season and expect something else, I'd be insane. That's the definition of insanity right there. So I knew I had to change something, changing my meals. I mean, my fiance helped me with my food and stuff, and then training harder and running more and kind of setting it up different. I took a whole month out in Nashville with who I was for my pre-draft training. And yeah, just figuring out how to do something different. So I know that, hey, like, I need to set myself up for a big year this year.
Well, we'll see. And the Cowboys are counting on a big year out of Jake Ferguson. They certainly need him to be the tight end that the Cowboys typically have. Well, this team has always had good tight ends.
And you think about what the Cowboys are dealing with when it comes to Micah Parsons and what they could be dealing with Jake Ferguson if he does have a huge year and a nice bounce back year, especially when you look at Trey McBride in Arizona and George Kittle are about 19, 20, right? 19, I think. Next year, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts, David Njoku, and Dallas Goedert are all going to be in the last year of their deals. And you could imagine if Jake Ferguson would have waited, and if he does have the breakout year, what that price tag could have been. And quite frankly, it might have been too much for the Cowboys to say, all right, we're going to keep you. So it also makes me think that one of your other favorites, the Schoonmaker guy, might not be long for the Dallas Cowboys because they're not going to pay two tight ends big time money.
Again, just goes to show you what a wasted draft pick that was. And Cowboys have been pretty good drafting players, but Schoonmaker, I didn't understand that pick when they made it, quite frankly, and I think they panicked. But that's the ancient history. We'll see what happens with Schoonmaker because the other tight end that the Cowboys have would Spawn.
Yeah, Brevin Spanford.
Yeah, that guy. People speak highly of him.
Well, they do. And again, I mean, Schoonmaker still developing, hasn't played up to his draft pick status yet. And you wonder if he ever will. But when you think about Dak Prescott and, you go from a Jason Witten, Dalton Schultz to what you're getting out of Jake Ferguson, and then Hunter Luepke and his ability to play multiple positions, including tight end, it does make me wonder about, Schoonmaker's overall future because they're not going to pay high money to both of them. And if they would have waited on Jake Ferguson, it might have just been like, we can't afford to keep you, especially if he has that big year, kind of like Tyler Biadasz. Love you, but not at that price. It's been fun.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And, you go back and someone on our YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, talked about, Dalton Schultz must be really pissed off right now. That could be part of the reason why the Cowboys didn't pay Dalton Schultz, because they figured they're going to take a shot with a guy that they brought in named Jake Ferguson. It could very well be. I'm not sure, but tight end's one of those positions too. You want a good one. You need a good one, but you're right. You don't necessarily have to overpay. There aren't a lot of George Kittles out there that make that big of a difference. Schultz, he's a safety security blanket for Dak, but if you had to move on, you move on.
Well, and again, they offered Schultz, and he turned it down.
Yeah,
if you remember,
enough.
And again, they didn't. You go back to Jake Ferguson was ready to get paid. And, we all laugh at Stephen Jones when he says, we want to pay Micah. Micah wants to get paid. But in reality, there are some that, yeah, dude, I'll take that. There's others, yeah, let me see. And I mean, he's gonna. What's the average? 13 million a year.
Yeah, 13 million
I mean,
a year. 30 guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, it's
life-changing money.
It is very, very much so. And but the timing of it, and you look at Jake Ferguson. I mean, he said there's nowhere else he wants to be than wearing a star in his helmet for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Like I said, the Jones family. Through the whole family, getting to know them through my 4 years here, 3.5 years here. It's been awesome. And then the people here, the people in Dallas. I love Dallas. I love Cowboys Nation. People say, oh, there's other spots you could go. And I remember sitting down. I was like, I don't want to be anywhere else. And, playing here is awesome. And like I said from the start, it's a privilege to wear this star.
Privilege to wear the star.
And again, you look at, he's right. And I know there are some of you listening right now that will roll your eyes when I say this, but he sees life after football, if you're a lifelong Dallas Cowboy, financially what that could do for you. You look at his fiance and what she's doing, and you want to be where the spotlight is great. But it sounds like he sat down either with his agent or his family, maybe both, and let's see how this plays out. If we don't do this, what's the likelihood of staying here? Where else would you want to be? You make all those pros and cons list, whatever it is you're doing. I call them the known hell versus unknown hell list when you're looking at stuff like that. And he made the decision. He wants to be here, and he got paid.
Yeah, he got paid. Again, it's life-changing money. It was enough for him, he felt like. So everybody wins in this situation. And I think you're right. I think, look, if he doesn't do that with all those other guys coming up, there's a good chance he might not be here anymore and have to go find it elsewhere. Now he is set up and ready to go. Our Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, continues. We are looking forward to Malik Hooker just as soon as practice is over. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service, because when you get arrested, you don't drive your car to jail. You got to get back to wherever you're going. Payment plans are available, and they got offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide, up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party. From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You've seen the headlines, heard the debates.
The three-point ball has created a monotonous rhythm to the game.
Has the three-pointer ruined basketball? And how did we get here?
The rise of the three-point shot can be partially traced to an eccentric Kansas genius named Martin Manley,
whose story didn't turn out quite the way he imagined.
I decided I wanted to have one of the most organized goodbyes in history.
30 for 30 podcast presents
Chasing Basketball Heaven.
Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Attention football fans, AARP Texas is teaming up with San Antonio Sports Star for this season's Dallas Cowboys training camp. Enter for your chance to win a pair of preseason tickets or tickets to a home game. Visit sasportstar.com now to enter for a chance to win. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Brought to you by AARP Texas. Whether you're a diehard fan or just love the excitement of game day, AARP Texas has you covered. Again, just go to sasportstar.com and enter for a chance to win big with AARP Texas. It's your chance to experience Cowboys football live. Visit sasportstar.com now.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school. You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made Probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Jason, I think Micah Parsons heard Jerry say, you know, I'm just out here earning $20-something million and doing nothing. Well, we found a job for Micah Parsons. Tyler Guyton is kind of gimpy walking off the field, and, well, it was Micah who was helping him walk off the field.
I mean, it's what great teammates do. I'm more concerned about watching Tyler Guyton get rolled up on during practice and then have to get helped off the field. Now, the good news is, and we all learned this with the Justin Fields situation with the Jets, they didn't bring the card out.
No.
Right? But Terrence Steele dealing with some sort of ankle issue. Did see Terrence yesterday practicing off to the side, but in non-team drills, non-contact drills, he was out there working with the first team. So it looks like when they say mild, although I've never heard of a mild high ankle sprain, but it must be. But then to see Guyton get rolled up on, what do you do?
Well, it's nothing you can do, right? You got to go through practice. You have to go through training camp, and this kind of stuff happens. You just hope you get lucky. And look, every team that wins the Super Bowl mostly gets lucky, and they're injury-free, or certainly don't have a lot of them, or season-ending for that matter. So you just got to get lucky. It's a violent sport, man.
It is. And, the other part that I find, I don't know, interesting, like guy yesterday, Rob Jones, guard, broken bone in his neck. And you look at Tyler Booker, who was working with the ones and kind of hit a little bit of a wall as a rookie, and then had to go down and work with the twos. His response yesterday, he apparently had a really, really good practice. Now, I don't really know how to judge offensive line practices, but him describing Tyler Booker, what he does, this is great. A great, great analogy.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the epitome of offensive line. You're doing algebra in a fist fight. You know what I mean? You got to know who's going where they're coming from, this, that, and the third. And we had a fair share of blitzes in the SEC, but it's at a different speed. It's at a different level on this level. So my experience has definitely helped me, but I still just have to make sure that I'm doing everything in my power to be able to pick it up on this level as well.
Algebra in a fist fight.
Absolutely. Algebra in a fist fight.
That's right.
We'll talk more about Tyler Booker here in a moment, but right now, Malik Hooker joining us here on the Blitz. Let's see as we do this live. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Pull that down a little bit more if you could. There you go.
Perfect.
Malik Hooker here on the Blitz. He's Joe. I'm Jason. We're down in San Antonio. Practice today. How was it?
Oh, it was great practice. We've been stacking the days. Both sides been kind of getting the best of each other day in and day out. So, it's been good competition going on out there.
Yeah, well, putting the pads on. I mean, you guys haven't put on pads in a while. It's got to feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, last time we put on pads was, I think, like January-ish, I want to say. Some guys longer. So, there's a lot of testosterone built up, a lot of guys going on out there. So, a lot of guys just, obviously happy to just get back out there and compete and doing everything we love.
Malik, Shadi said, compete every day is kind of the theme. You see it on shirts. He said the offense won yesterday.
I don't know. I ain't being biased because I'm on defense, but he said they won. I guess they won. But I feel like, out there, defense, we've been getting the best of the offense these last couple of days.
Well, he and I were a little surprised because we were watching it going, yeah, I mean, they ran the ball well, but I mean, how do you not tackle to the ground, right? I thought you guys, I was a little surprised when he said earlier today that the offense won.
No, it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely been competitive the last couple of days. There's been days where, certain periods where we feel like the defense is getting the best offense. As you see in today, there was a couple periods where we feel like the offense was getting the best of us. But it's been back and forth the last couple of days, which, is good signs of a good football team. So, that's always good signs. Coming down the stretch, you need the offense to, correct on our mistakes, and we need the defense to correct on the offensive mistakes. So it's definitely, good signs for us as a football team for where we're at right now.
Malik, you brought up Shadi. What is the camp or just OTAs, everything been like with him taking over?
Oh, it's been special. It's been special. Like from day one, he started kind of rebrandishing the culture of what the team was going to be about, I guess putting us more together, having us more doing a lot of more camaraderie and stuff like that. So it's been great. You see a lot of guys having fun out there. Not saying we haven't had fun years before, but, you see a lot of guys that you can tell genuinely enjoy doing what they're doing, not only just because it's, playing in the National Football League, but who they're doing the way, and the guys and the coaches too. So it's definitely special. And like I said, I feel like not only me, but the team, we're pleased where we're at. We still got ways to go, of course, but I definitely feel like we're very pleased at, the steps we're taking forward to being a contender in the Super Bowl championship team this year.
When you think about Mike McCarthy's time, they hire from within. Like on the outside, we were wondering what was going to change. Now, we've only been here for a couple of days. We got here Saturday. I can see and feel a little bit of a different energy. How quickly did that change in the building when Shadi changed offices to the head coach one?
I'll say, obviously, I feel like it was day one. From when Coach Shadi got the head coaching job, he was reaching out to a lot of guys on the team. Not only just to let guys know, obviously, he was the head coach, but to genuinely check on, how the families were doing, their mental state and stuff like that. So I feel like once you got that type of coach, I feel like it makes it that much easier for the culture and the team to buy into what they're saying and believing in.
Everybody talks about pro football as a business, but he seems to approach this as a family. I mean, and he talks about that quite a bit. Is that a big change from what you're used to?
Honestly, no. I mean, every team that I've been on, it's kind of been like family oriented, but I guess you would say like he's even deeper into, being a player's coach and, a family's coach. He believes in, we're one big family and truly believes that. And guys, like I said, once you give guys that confidence that you genuinely care about them, not only as the football player, but as the man, that it makes it that much easier for, guys to go out there and play harder for you. So I feel like that's kind of what he installed in guys from day one, just by reaching out. And like I said, not necessarily saying he was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, but generally checking in on guys' mental state during the off season and their families. And I feel like, like I said, guys kind of, believed in what he was, preaching and installing in us from then.
Safety Malik Hooker joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Eberflus comes in as the defensive coordinator. What's been the biggest change there?
Honestly, for me, nothing. I had Coach Flus. When I was in Indy. And like I was telling the guys before you got here, man, he's a great coach. A great guy, and just a guy that as you seen, not only just to play for, but to get you where you want to be as a football player and try to get you to succeed the levels you want to be as, whether you want to be a Hall of Fame or a legend, whatever the case is. So, I feel like just the thing that he kind of does different is, he believes in physicality. Obviously, a lot of teams say that, but truly, like, if you're not a guy that's physical, it's hard to play for Coach Flus. And, just being, team ball, like being about the team. And I feel like that's kind of a changed thing. Not saying it was different years before, but like I said, like there's just like a no tolerance thing with Flus. And I feel like that's something we needed.
Malik, you guys obviously a lot of adversity last year. You certainly didn't finish the way you wanted to finish. How does that motivate you guys coming into camp this year?
Oh, definitely. It motivates us a lot, because we felt like we had the roster from top to bottom last year as well to be able to go out there and compete, and just to fall as short as we did and be sold as short as we was. We feel like we left a lot of plays out there. A lot more was left in the tank than we could have gave, and we feel like this is just not necessarily a year to prove anybody, but to prove ourselves right about what we got going on here. Like I said, from top to bottom, again, we got a great roster. We had some great off-season additions to the team, and we feel like, we're a team that can go out there and compete for a Super Bowl, and not only compete, can win a Super Bowl. So that's just something that we're kind of buying into. And we're, like I said, we're talking about every day and forcing each other to not only just say, but believe in truly. And, like I said, you just got to stack it day by day. And hopefully, we get to that goal at the end of the year.
Malik Hooker joining us here on the Blitz. There's a difference. Coaches talked about it, different players talking about Super Bowl.
Yes.
Right. And you read all the national media, and people don't know how to judge this Cowboys team. And I don't know why, because if it's first year head coach that's never been a head coach before, that coming off of an injury, but I think Vegas has the win total at like 8.5. And I'm like, 8.5, right? But you got Philadelphia and what Washington did. And, the Cowboys probably the third best team in the NFC East. But players this year are not afraid to talk about Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, those other teams that we got to compete against in our division, they're good teams and great teams as well. But like I said, we know we're a great team too. We've been showing that the last couple of years. Like I said, last year was obviously disappointing. We ain't have the outcome that we had. But, like you watch a lot of those games where we played those top teams and those top contender teams that been in the playoffs and made it to the Super Bowl. We've shown that we're able to, compete with them as well. So I feel like it was just little small plays that we left out there on our mistakes that, made the difference. They capitalized on our mistakes and they ended up beating us some of those games. So I feel like that was the difference. It wasn't like they was way better than us or nothing like that. Because like I said, we're a talented team, from top to bottom. And, with the scheme and the coaching staff that we brought in, I feel like that's going to make the difference. As long as guys stay locked in and do their job down in and down out and, buy into the culture, what we're coaching here. It's no doubt in our minds that we'll be able to go out there and compete and, like I said, win a Super Bowl.
Then, Malik, I got to ask you, you've been in the league for a little while. You've been with Dallas now for a little while.
Yes, sir.
Do you learn and appreciate to hate teams like Philadelphia and the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders?
I mean, for me, honestly, like any team we play, I just have a dislike for because, that's just me. I'm a competitor. Like whether it's Philadelphia or whether, it's the Chiefs or whoever we're playing, that I feel like we got to treat them all the same way. At the end of the day, like who says that Philadelphia is going to be the team we got to get through in the playoffs to get to where we want to be? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's the mindset that we got to have, whether it's the Eagles or, you know, whether it's the Giants or it's the Chiefs or the Raiders, whoever it is, like we got to install in our mind that they're in the way of our goal. We're trying to get something accomplished, and the only way to get that done is to beat this team. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of mindset I approach. And I'm sure there's guys on the team that, you know, got the hate Philly mindset and everything, but it's just like for me, like I just have a dislike for whoever we're playing that week. It's nothing personal, but it's just like they're just in the way of what we're trying to get accomplished.
It's just business.
Yeah.
It's just business.
No, I got to ask, because you're from Pennsylvania, right?
Yes, sir.
Who'd you grow up rooting for?
I'm from the closer side of Pittsburgh, so my whole family's Pittsburgh fans. Most of my family, you know, obviously me coming to Dallas, they was a little disappointed. Me coming down here, but, you know, over the years they seem to have to, you know, grown to love it to be here. You know, my mom and them, luckily, you know, they wasn't that into football, so they really didn't care. But you know, once I got to Dallas and they came down there and seen not only just the culture, the team we have, you know, the city of Dallas, and just the stuff that comes with being in Dallas, you know, they love it. They love it. So it's been a great thing. And like I said, I'm honored. I'm happy. I'm happy with my hair. Grateful to be able to still be in the jersey, playing for the Cowboys. So it's been a great journey for me.
It's so funny because you think about all the, like as a lifelong Cowboy fan, hated Pittsburgh growing up. In fact, most teams I hate have yellow pants, man. I you know, all right. I mean, there's something in Philly and what, you know, but you, I guess as a player, you just don't have that same kind of sports hate, right?
No, because for me, I honestly, like, I mean, I grew up watching football, but I was just always a fan of like just players. Like I never had a specific team that I rooted for, nothing like that. So I was a basketball guy. Like I love watching basketball, and I was something I did more so for basketball. So for me, like I never was like, oh, I hated this team or hated this player. Like I was like, man, you know, I like. At the time, I remember I was younger. Reggie Bush was one of my favorite players. I was like, you know what? I'm a Reggie Bush fan.
Yeah, but he wore yellow pants.
He did.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, whatever he does, like I just hope he scores touchdowns and gets his yards, and whatever happens with the Saints, it is what it is. But I always just individually cheer for players.
So did you always want to be a defensive back, a safety?
Honestly, I played receiver more so than in high school. Yes, sir. I started out playing receiver, and actually, when I started getting offers from Ohio State and Coach Urban and them said that they wanted me to kind of play DB, then my high school coach started transitioning me to play in DB. Because if you seen my film from high school, like my back pedal was terrible back then. Like I was just out there just being an athlete. But as the years went by, I ended up getting to Ohio State. I think at the time it was Coach Ash who was kind of working with me. The safety in front of me was Von Bell, so he spent a lot of time with me, Tyvis Powell. And they was just putting a lot of time with me day in and day out to kind of mold me into the football player that I am today. And then I think once they left, I ended up getting Coach Greg Schiano, and he spent probably the most time out of all of them with me and kind of just mold me mentally, physically, and emotionally into the football player I am. So that's kind of where it started for me. But in high school, no, I was just an athlete. I was terrible backpedaling. I think I started at corner. I wasn't even at safety. I was a 6-foot corner.
Now, Malik, if you were a receiver, great athlete, obviously, but if they recruited you and you couldn't backpedal, how bad were your hands as a receiver?
See, my hands was great.
Okay.
My hands was great. Like I was catching everything, but it was just like, I don't know why my back pedal was so terrible. Like I was able to run fast and everything, but my back pedal was just disgusting. So I had to spend a lot of time, a lot of nights trying to get my back pedal right to make it to where it is today.
Well, so that's not true then. Defensive backs can catch.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I've always heard you guys couldn't catch. That's why you're playing defense.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Like I said, I started at receiver. There's some guys that can Miles Sanders on our team. He's from back home in the way, and he'll tell you I was pretty solid at receiver. I was pretty solid. I played against a lot of guys like Robert Foster, Jordan Whitehead, who's still in the league. He was a great player that I played against. And he was playing running back and receiver too when we played in high school. And he was real good too. So I got to disagree with that. A lot of DBs
it is kind of amazing though. You think about, I'm going to be a receiver. Coach says, no, you're going secondary.
Yeah.
If that's what it takes to make it, but then you know you're what? You're 9?
Yes, sir.
You look at receiver money.
Did you make a mistake?
You ever text Coach Myers say, dude, I should have been a receiver?
Kept me at receiver. And it's crazy because even another example, Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
Started at receiver and he ended up switching to DB. And you see his ball skills are still through the roof. So.
Yeah.
So it's like DBs can't catch. You know, I don't know who made that myth out there, but you know, it ain't true.
No, it ain't true. So as a safety, and I always appreciate a good hard hitting safety.
Yes, sir.
Do you like to make the big hit, or would you rather get an interception?
For me, it's always been interceptions. It's always been interceptions. From when I got to college and I caught my first interception, I scored a touchdown. Like, you can make a big hit, but you can't score a touchdown off a big hit. Somebody else can off a forced fumble.
Yeah.
But an interception, like, it's just like you get kind of the best of both worlds for most DBs. You can catch the pick, act like you're a receiver, and then get the score too. So I feel like that's better for me. But I like being able to balance a little bit just to show, I guess, some intimidation, but being able to show that you got ball skills too. So I try to keep it at a balance.
Well, I got to give you credit. You got courage, man, because you're the last guy. If you miss, the guy's gone,
touchdown, man. Touchdown. Yeah, I mean, it's like a pros and cons thing, because it's like it's special because coach have that much confidence in you for you be able to get a guy down, whether it be one-on-one or your last line of defense. But it's also like, man, like a lot of times when you get the guy one-on-one, it's a lot of green grass. It's like you only got one chance to either stumble him up to hope somebody else runs and gets him after, or you got to make the tackle. So
I'm going to ask you a very unfair question.
Mm-hmm.
What you just described, Derrick Henry or Saquon's running at you. What's going through your mind?
Just get him on the ground.
However,
like we always say, like, hey, just make the tackle. However you get him down, just get him on the ground.
Who's the hardest guy to try to tackle in today's game?
For me, so far that I played, I ain't gonna lie, Bijan Robinson,
wow.
and Jahmyr Gibbs, like those guys, man. I know they're young and they're up and coming, but it's like, man, they're special because it's like they're a lot stronger than people think for their size, and obviously you've seen the speed that those guys have. Like it's difficult to be able to tackle guys like that in open space because you obviously don't want to get ran over, but you also know they're running 4.3s and 4.2s and whatnot too, so you don't want to look like you're getting ran past too fast either. So. But there's a lot of guys, obviously Saquon's one of the guys, like you just never know what he's going to do too. You've seen him hurdle somebody backwards last year. So it's like, man, there's a lot of the running back. I say the running backs in the league right now, man, it's special right now. Like there's a lot of great guys that's running the ball.
I'm pretty happy to hear you mention the Texas Longhorn. That's good.
Yeah, Bijan, man, that's my guy. We in the same agency, and like I said, that was my first time. I seen him in college, and you see guys in college ball is obviously a little different than NFL, but it's like, man, when I seen his first couple games and then playing him last year, like, man, he's gonna have a hell of a career ahead of him. So it's like I can't wait to see what he gets done in the league.
So you'll be texting him for that college opener when Texas rolls into Ohio State?
Oh, I feel bad for him because what happened last year. The Bucks, man, we coming off in the national championship. I was upset that they lost to the team up north, but it's like, man, you can't never get feel sorry for a national championship. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this year too.
All right, I got to ask you a question, Malik. We've been trying to figure it out, and we've been told this. Do you know what Jerry Jones's song is out there?
What's the song?
Well, I don't know. Everybody's been telling us he's got a song. Well, Shotty said it yesterday. He said, "You'll know when you hear it." And somebody said they played it today. It's like a Pointer Sisters song or something like that, man.
No, I didn't hear it. Like, I'm going to have to listen to it because I never knew he had a song.
Yeah, apparently he does. And he said, Shotty said it's going to sound completely different than anything else we've been playing all day.
So was they playing it during practice?
Apparently so.
Oh, yeah, I must miss it. We're out there practicing. I'll be locked in. I'm going to have him play it in the locker room.
You're not paying attention to the music?
Nah, I'll be trying to hear the calls and, trying to help some of the young guys make sure they're locked in and they're making the plays that they're supposed to play. And also making sure I'm locked in too and make sure I'm doing my job as well. So I here and there, like you'll hear certain songs that you're like, all right, this is something that I listen to myself, but for the most part, no, you kind of locked in out there.
With the coaching change, our morning show guy said that there was some odd music in the weight room this morning. Who's controlling that?
That's the weight staff, man. That's Coach H. I don't know what they be having going on in there because they have like a certain song that they play for the rookies too. I don't even know what the song is, but it's like you'll hear some slow old school music one day, and then the next song might be some R&B. Then you got some rap. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get in the weight room. But that's the cool thing about it. Like you get a variety of everything you want to hear. Like one day you might not want to listen to all the rah rap music, so you get to hear R&B too. So that's the cool thing about it. You they're able to be diverse in there.
Nice. Now, Malik, tomorrow an off day.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do on an off day?
Recover. Depending on what the DBs want to go eat or some of the other guys, we'll go eat some good food, recover, and kind of just lay around and get ready for the next day. Watch over some film.
Now, you've been out here enough.
Mm-hmm.
What restaurants do you like outside of what they have here at the complex?
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. I just went to a sushi spot. What is it called? A Naba?
Nobu?
No, it's called like a Naba, I think.
Oh.
It's like a sushi spot not too far from here. It was pretty solid.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty
We'll have
solid.
to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another spot called like Tokyo Yama or something like that. That's like 6 minutes down the road. That's another sushi spot that was pretty good.
So you're a sushi
guy.
I'm getting into it. My wife's starting to get me into it because she was saying I was a little picky with how I eat, so I try to keep an open mind with a lot of stuff that I eat now. So I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, trying a little more sushi. And I mean, I always ate ramen, but I don't like mushrooms, so I've been trying to put mushrooms in some of the stuff I eat and things like that. But I'm kind of open right now. Like, I'm a food guy. If you follow me on social media, you know that. Like, I eat all the time. I feel like I'm supposed to be a lineman, but God bless me. The physique to be able to eat however I want and still be able to be in shape. So, but yeah, I'm a guy that's able to go out and eat just about anything. Now, I'm allergic to shellfish, so I kind of stay away from the seafood thing. But for the most part, like I try anything.
Nice.
It's funny how wives can get you to do that, right?
Man, I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
It's like up until me and my wife got together, like I was pretty straightforward. Like I was a steakhouse guy. Anytime I go to the steakhouse, I get the same variety of food. Maybe a 10-ounce filet. Something like a 16-ounce. Strip or something like that. But now she got me going in there. I'm eating I hate onions, but she got me eating stuff with onions in it. I'm like, who am I now? Like,
women can do that too.
Happens to all of us.
Yeah,
man.
all of us. All of us.
Do a lot of crazy things when you love somebody.
That's it.
Absolutely. And your life's better for it.
Absolutely. I ain't got to hear, all the bickering, her nagging about me and nothing. I just like, yes, ma'am, and go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do.
Happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely.
That's what they say.
Cowboy safety, Malik Hooker. Man, appreciate you stopping by after practice today.
Yes,
I know it's a busy schedule, man. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, no, man. I appreciate you guys for having me. The schedule ain't that busy. We've been in a lot of meetings, but for the most part, like, we're out here in beautiful weather. We can be in Dallas, Texas, where it's 94 degrees with pads on. So, I just try not to take stuff like this for granted, especially with the environment out here. You come out here, like, the other day, you seen how filled the crowd was, just for practice. It felt like it was a game, So, special environment out here. So, like I said, try not to take it for granted. So, I appreciate you guys for having me.
Hey, good luck this season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right. I tell you what, safety Malik Hooker joining us here on our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California. Appreciate you. We will be back and we'll discuss everything that Malik had to say and, all things Cowboys when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Fun stuff talking there with Malik Hooker as we're here at Cowboys at training camp. And if you see us this week in gear from with the 94.1 logo, that came from Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. And if you need your logo on any kind of gear, go see Sam. He's got all the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries. And if you need caps made, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. School's about to start. If your club, your organization needs anything, T-shirts, screen printed, logos on, whatever, go see Sam. Nobody has better prices. Sammy has all the big name brands and is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. So call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
180! Get it first. Get it fast. Get it now. Full coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim B, and AARP. Live from Oxnard, California, KTFM Floresville, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive this Saturday from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Centromed, Romo Door Supply, Lighthouse Public Schools, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice. Getting in a car crash isn't on your summer bucket list, but it can happen at any time. If the worst happens when you're headed out for your summer getaway, you need to get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George understands what it takes to fight for your maximum compensation and to get you back on track. When you get George, you don't pay unless they win. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back, my emotions are stable, and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Game day starts at home, and Romo Door Supply delivers the win. From sturdy entrance doors to stylish interiors, Romo's got what your home team needs. Visit RomoDoorSupply.com. Quality doors, unbeatable prices. That's RomoDoorSupply.com.
At Target, back-to-school-a-days are here. What is back-to-school-a-days, you ask? We're talking 7 days of deals on looks and styles the kids will love, at prices you'll love even more. Because back-to-school at Target means getting all of the above. Through August 2nd, save 25% on select kids' clothes, with additional savings to round out their looks, including uniforms, leggings, polos, and activewear. Plus, their new favorite backpacks are 30% off. Happy back-to-school-a-days, now through August 2nd, only at Target. Terms and conditions apply.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Former Cowboys cornerback and now Colorado head coach Deion Sanders announced he's been battling bladder cancer this offseason. He had successful surgery to remove his bladder. He is now cancer-free. That's according to his doctors. He announced he will be coaching this year. Well, the Dallas Cowboys reached an extension agreement, not with Micah Parsons, but with tight end Jake Ferguson. 4 years, $52 million.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is a Monday, a very special Monday here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here. James Pledger back in San Antonio. We are in Oxnard, California, Dallas Cowboys training camp. And that's one reason why it makes it special, Jason Minix. The other, what's a Mellow Monday?
Yes, sir.
Mellow Monday. We're going to be giving away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom coming up here in just a moment.
Yeah, we will do that. I mean, there's so much going on today, and you think about food, and that's great pizza. Now, we went to a pizza place here last night that we always go to while we're out here because we're pizza fans. Mellow Mushroom is one of my favorites. And all the different toppings, and listening to Malik Hooker talk about how his taste buds changed.
Yeah,
when he got married, I was thinking that there is hope for one James Pledger, although it might require a female, because Pledge is a garbage disposal when it comes to eating.
Yeah,
except where he's very picky. Pledge hates onions. Malik at one point hated onions. Now he doesn't.
He doesn't, because his wife makes him eat them.
Well, not makes, but you like there is hope for James Pledger.
Well, I don't know if there's hope for James Pledger or not. Malik Hooker's a lot younger than Pledge, so it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks. And I put Pledge in that old dog category.
Well, I mean, he's there, but again, ladies can make guys do things. There's powers, and that's probably what it would take to get James Pledger to eat an onion. I have seen him essentially take something and almost like with tweezers, get them all out of there just so he can devour it. I mean, he just won't ingest an onion.
Wow. And they're delicious.
They are.
Onions are delicious. I love onions of all kinds. And James, you got to change that, buddy. You got to change that. I know that, I'll bring him a chopped sandwich from Bill Miller. They always put onions on there.
Yeah.
I guess he just takes them off.
He just takes them off. I know the half serious sandwich over at Zito's, right? Which give Pledge one of those, and he'll just pick them out. Dude, just eat it, right?
They're so good for you, Pledge.
Well, and again, like tomatoes, I'm allergic to. I get, he's Pledge isn't allergic. He just doesn't like them, and there's times I don't even taste the onion in there. I'm like, you won't taste it. Yeah, I will.
You won't taste it.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh,
Pledge. Malik Hooker, man, that was an enjoyable interview. What a great guy.
I mean, obviously, well-spoken, great guy. You're right. I want to go back and when he started talking Super Bowl. We have been out here many years, and there are some teams that just they'll mention the goal or the coaches will, but it just seems like these players, they're constantly talking about it, which means they're hearing it inside the meeting rooms. There are times where Jerry won't say it. It's interesting how some teams approach that.
Yeah,
and I think every team is different, and every Cowboys team year to year is different with how we're going about it. We all know Philadelphia won last year, but even Jalen Hurts, I don't look at the ring. I mean, that was last year's team. Washington, where the Cowboys are, but everybody is so mixed at how good this team can be. And maybe that's the best thing for this Dallas Cowboy team, because they're talking about it while everybody laughs. They're not going to the Super Bowl, right? How many times have we come to camp with the Cowboys as a quote-unquote legitimate Super Bowl contender and fallen short?
Yep.
This year, nobody's talking about going to the Super Bowl except them.
That's it.
That's it.
They're the only ones.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the first part of training camp, is you got to have the confidence in your team, the confidence that that you're able to go out and win and get to the Super Bowl. So they're doing that right. That's a good thing. Look, I don't mind guys talking about Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know what anybody expects them to say. That's exactly what the goal is. It should be the goal for every team at this time of year, even the New York Giants and, I don't know, Jacksonville Jaguars.
I mean, you look at this team and take what Malik said. Now, granted, he's on the inside, and I fully expect him to say that. You would have to be in a really rough situation to say, yeah, we know we're not going to win it all this year, but we're still getting paid, right? But you look at the addition of Pickens on offense, the impact that Eberflus might have defensively. How good can this team be? When you look at various players, they've got top 5 in the league talent at a lot of their positions, right? I mean, and when Micah gets signed, he'll be out there. And as long as this drags out, I don't expect Micah to miss any games. But when you look at it, maybe this is what the Cowboys need. Nobody thinking that they can do this. Let's go prove them wrong and have that kind of mentality.
Well, I mean, that's the only mentality you can have, because there's not even you mentioned to Malik Hooker that the 8.5 wins and third in the NFC East, and you just shake that off. You have to. You can't listen to what so-called experts are saying about how your team is going to be. You just go out there, you go to work, and you try to outwork everybody. And I think that's what they're doing right now. I tell you what, from what I saw yesterday, just watching that, we were able to watch it very closely yesterday with the way the running game has improved. At least it is just practice. I get it. They haven't seen them in a game yet, but the way those running backs look and are running the football with the three of them, with Williams, Sanders, and Blue, I'm impressed with that. And I think that's going to be a big part of this. Shotty this morning, talking about they're going to run the damn football. And I kind of believe him, although I believe Mike McCarthy too. And, well, he didn't do that.
Well, and again, if they're going to run the ball, they're going to have to block well. And they've got some issues injury-wise on the offensive line that they've got to address. We'll get into all of that as we continue. And whatever's on your mind, if there's specific things that you want to know about a position group or player on YouTube, go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can comment there. Tweet at Joe Reinagle 210. I'm at Jason Minix, or it's a talk show. 210-656-ESPN 656-3776.
The old-fashioned way, that's for sure. Yeah, another player had to be helped off the field today. We're going to talk about that, and we'll hear from Shotty as well when we continue our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California, continues here on 94.1.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party! From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy, so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
KFC presents a story about the pursuit of flavor. When one executive told Colonel Sanders 4 Phillips boxes was too many, the Colonel decided he had one too many executives. Enjoy 4 KFC Phillips, with original recipe fried chicken, creamy mashed potatoes, pie poppers, and a refreshing drink for $7 each. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC Phillips, just $7 each.
Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we are ready to cross the state of Texas to bring the best hunting show to a city near you. The Hunters Extravaganza is a great event for the whole family. We have the latest and greatest the hunting world has to offer, from products to hunts, and feature seminars with Dr. Deer, Gary Robertson, and more. Come enjoy attractions like rattlesnakes, gator country, a fish tank, and many more. Join us in San Antonio for the Hunters Extravaganza. Get tickets at ttha.com. Brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from the Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On the tennis courts in Oxnard, California. That's where the Blitz is, right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Always happy to sit here on the tennis courts in Oxnard, California, this time of year, because it's football season, baby.
It is football season, and you got the California breeze. If you're watching on YouTube and you see our backdrop blowing in the wind, it's that ocean breeze, and quite frankly, it's almost time to put on a jacket.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
We are getting close to that.
It's been pretty chilly all day. Typically out here, it will warm up during the day where it's, you feel pretty good, and even gets hot sometimes.
It will say 68, but it's, there's cloud cover today, which is unusual to see clouds in the afternoon. Normally you get that marine layer in the morning and afternoon sun, and then it's cold as hell at night. There is a uniform out here, shorts and a sweatshirt, shorts and a hoodie.
And when you come out here, you got to pack for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, typically that's why you have to do it. But today, I could have used the long sleeve shirt. It's a little chilly out here today.
It is.
But that's okay. We're still on the tennis courts in Oxnard, California. The Cowboys are practicing. Just wrapped up today's practice, by the way. So day 2 in pads in the books. They get a day off tomorrow.
They do get a player's day off tomorrow. And a lot of those guys are going to be in the recovery room. And the thing that, like Brian Schottenheimer does his press conference before practice. And with a day off tomorrow, the coordinators are going to talk, but Schottenheimer won't. So at some point, we'll get some sort of updates on, especially for Tyler Guyton, who left today with an injury. Rob Jones broke a bone in his neck in yesterday's practice. And, he's going to be out a couple months. And this was a guy that they were kind of counting on from a depth perception.
Yeah, he was with the first
on
team
the offensive line.
Yeah.
And he was. Well, because Tyler Booker was working with the ones and then kind of got demoted, and because it's compete every day. And Shotty talked earlier about just the loss of Rob Jones.
Well, first of all, you hurt for Rob. I mean, he's having a great camp and, terrific young man. And so you hurt for him first. But at the end of the day, he's going to do everything, and be very diligent through the process to get back. We're going to give him everything that we can do from a medical standpoint. But again, this is a physical game, and it happens. You don't want to see it. You hate to see it. But again, he's a talented young player that will bounce back and be as good as new when he gets back.
Well, let's hope so. It's a serious injury, and this guy just kept going yesterday. He was out there working with Tyler Booker after he broke that bone in his neck. So, yeah, I guess that's just one of those things. If you're a football player, the aches and pains and the stuff, you just don't think anything of it. Goes in, they get an X-ray and an MRI, and there it is.
And again, with that, in Guyton leaving today with an injury and no idea about any kind of severity at this point, but for Tyler Booker, he's got to bounce back. And Tyler Booker used an incredible analogy yesterday in describing life as an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the epitome of offensive line. You're doing algebra in a fist fight. You know what I mean? You got to know who's going where they're coming from, this, that, and the third. And we had a fair share of blitzes in the SEC, but it's at a different speed. It's at a different level on this level. So my experience has definitely helped me, but I still just have to make sure that I'm doing everything in my power to be able to pick it up on this level as well.
I thought that was pretty funny because I guess Schottenheimer didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Some reporter told him what Booker had said.
Algebra in a fist fight.
He wrote it down.
Yeah.
And because Schottenheimer is usually the guy that's coming up with the sayings and the one-liners and all that, but that was good. Algebra in a fist fight.
Oh, and again, and Shotty liked that saying. We might see that on a T-shirt soon. But also on how Tyler Booker handled going from the ones to the twos.
I'm going to say first his demeanor. The way the guy approaches the game, the physical nature, the nastiness that he plays with is great. There's some fundamental stuff in the run game that you just can't teach that the guy does because of his size, his length, and the power that he has in his body. I like how he's being challenged right now with the wide 3 technique, the attack front that we play. Like we're forcing him to try to get comfortable being uncomfortable, playing in space. And that's, of course, a Matt Eberflus, Rod Marinelli deal where you want to play wide. But, obviously we made the move the other day, but the way he responded, to being put down on the second team, that shows you, man, he's wired the right way and he's got the right stuff. And he came back yesterday. I thought he had a really, really good day. And part of the success that we had yesterday in the run game was some of the double teams and fits that he was creating in there with our tackles and BB and all that stuff.
That's true. And I think he's going to be a good player. I mean, I really do. And another number 1 draft pick for the Dallas Cowboys on that offensive line. Hopefully Tyler Guyton's okay. Cooper Beebe he had a good year last year, and I think he's only going to get better. So if these guys can pan out, the Cowboys have invested a lot in that offensive line. Let's see what happens.
Well, and again, the run game looked good yesterday.
It did.
Now, you and I have watched a lot of training camp practices, and aside from Zeke pre-contract, running backs have been a huge question. And watching the really 3 yesterday, and I thought Miles Sanders was playing well, and then Williams had some really good runs, and they had some holes, but just some of their cuts, and then Jaden Blue, he's got another gear.
Yeah,
there was one, he was getting to the outside, and I thought he was about to get hit, and he just hit another gear.
Yeah.
Watching him catch passes out of the backfield, which I kind of figure, okay, that's where Blue is going to excel. That's what he did really well at Texas. Miles Sanders was getting a lot of those plays yesterday too. So I don't know who has the upper advantage right now on the 3, and again, how many running backs do you think they're going to keep? Right, that becomes the other question. Because your guy Deuce Vaughn, but they also drafted Phil Maffa, and they Shotty talked about liking Phil, but he can be destined for the practice squad, right? Not the active roster. Right. And then you got Hunter Lupke, who is just versatile. And my goodness, Shotty went on and on and on today about Hunter Lupke.
We run an outside zone play to our right, the offense is right, and basically he's supposed to block the support player, the strong safety, who started down. On the snap, the safety went running back because our defense does a really good job of disguising, and they rotate their shells and they change it up. And so he started down. So Hunter's thinking, okay, I gotta go block that guy. That's my assignment. And then the safety leaves, so he ends up becoming basically a surf player. So what he does, he gets around the end, and it was a jumbo tight end. I don't remember which one it was doing it. And he gets around the edge, and there's a little bit of color off the tight end because the defensive end's trying to set the edge. And he just very subtly, very simply shoots his left hand and puts the defensive end back onto the tight end because his threat wasn't there. And then he carries on to the second level and blocks his safety. It's like those things. It sounds easy, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't sound easy. You guys are probably like, yeah, it sounds like a lot. But, those things don't just happen. But the ability to go, okay, my guy's down. I start to go, nope, he's leaving. Okay, there's color. Let me shoot that color back on and then carry on to the next level. Like when it's breathing and it's moving fast like that, that's not an easy thing. So that's a play you guys could definitely find probably out there on Twitter sphere or whatever it's called.
Twitter sphere. Good stuff. I mean, and Hunter Lupke, look, we've been talking about Hunter Lupke for a long time.
Yeah.
And thinking that when especially short yardage situations, he's a guy that they could turn to. And I want to see if they'll use him that way this year. Because when you look at it, maybe Javonte Williams is that guy, but they still, the one guy that you need 2 yards, I think Hunter Lupke is the perfect prescription for that.
Well, how many times did we say last year, why isn't he playing more tailback?
Yeah.
6'1", 250. And he can play tight end. He's just such a versatile athlete. But with what they've brought in, maybe, they're thinking of other ways to use him and not as a tailback. Because, Shotty did talk about the running backs and what they've been doing here in camp.
Javonte had some great runs. Miles had some great runs. We were running some gap schemes and things like that. And some, we call them, double team plays where you're not pulling people. And I mean, they hit it shoulder square, no fair dodging. Thought we popped some nice runs. I thought we did a really good job in the run game yesterday of moving some people. Jaden had a couple really explosive runs, which was good to see. We got him on the safety one time. And, the guy, Phil Maffa, I'm starting to feel him. I'm starting to feel Phil, like Phil's a guy who hasn't played football in a long time, and so you're starting to feel him and you're seeing the talent, which gets you excited. And then I'm going to say it again. You guys don't have to write it down because I know you're tired of hearing about it, but Hunter Lupke is an incredible football player. He really is. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, just his instincts for the game and what he does and what he brings, and the fact of being able to play 3-4 positions is incredible to me. And I can't say enough great things about him.
He did. Boy, he went on and on and on about Hunter Lupke. And so I expect him to be used this year in a variety of ways. And I think that's interesting. And just for that reason alone, I like what Schottenheimer's doing right now and some of the things that he's thinking. But the one thing I love today, the best thing I've heard since I've been here, or one of them certainly, is we're going to run the damn football.
Yeah.
And I like that. And I believe him when he says it.
Well, I mean, why? Because his dad did? I mean, Mike McCarthy said we're going to run the ball more. And I need to go see it. And sometimes, and this is what Mike McCarthy was seemingly upset with Kellen Moore about, sometimes you got to run the ball to help the defense.
Absolutely.
And we have an offensive-minded head coach. And I wonder, and you could tell he's biased, even though he's the head coach and he loves them all, and get all your quotes that you could frame and put on the wall or your motivational calendar or whatever. But him talking about the offense and how they score things. You got 4 periods. Well, you compete. There's going to be a winner and a loser every day. You have to do that. And the tiebreaker certainly went to the offense yesterday, and he described it. And you just kind of it corny, but you got to have a winner and a loser. Seeing them with like basketball goals on the football field. They're always competing at something.
And I like it. Well, Malik Hooker didn't agree with his head coach.
Well,
he seemed to think the defense might have gotten the best of them, but that's neither here nor there. I think I was surprised when we watched practice yesterday. It seemed like the offense struggled, other than the running game. The passing game certainly struggled a little bit. So, but that's the way that it goes. And I like the competition part of what Shotty's doing. I really do. I like that. I think it's good. You're right. You have a winner and a loser, and you get these guys competing. That's what they do. They're competitors. And so make them compete every single day.
And we see it yesterday's practice, and today for that matter, the 2 that we've been here for, the competition you could see. And one of the things that feels new is the group celebration of quote unquote little things, right? You could tell the teamwork that they're building. And it, in some ways has a college feel to it.
Yeah.
There, some of this stuff from Shotty is, kind of reminds me a little bit of, say, a Jeff Traylor, with the triangle of toughness and
Sure.
everybody running over to ring the bell. I mean, we saw that with Elam with the interception and going to get the kid, but all of his teammates that were around him. And that's a player, Gary Elam, that I know somebody that works at this station that loves the Buffalo Bills was not thrilled with him because he wasn't a fan in Buffalo, right? But Shoddy, high praise on just what the change of scenery for Elam can mean.
He's been the same guy every day since he's got here, since we signed him. I'm talking about with the club first. He had a really good spring, but again, the spring you're restricted. So there's certain things you can't do. You don't have equal right to the ball in the spring. So now that changes. You're allowed to play the ball live, we call it, and finish through, bust the triangle and stuff like that as you guys learn your defensive back nomenclature. But he's been the same guy every day, and he's playing with confidence. And he's one of those guys that he's got elite feet, elite change of direction, but I see him growing in the mental side of it. I see him talking and studying splits with DA, David Overstreet II, and doing those things. And again, change of scenery helps a lot of people. A lot of people, they go to a team and it doesn't work out, then they go somewhere else, and for whatever reason, it fits. Is it the culture? Is it the defense? Is it them going, well, hell, I don't ever want to be, traded again? And I think some guys take it personal. I don't think Kyer took it personal, but I do think he's got a chip on his shoulder just because he wants to be a great player. And he's proven that so far over these first couple of days. And but the consistency of it is what gets me excited.
Yeah, I loved what he did with the kid. I mean, that was great. That kid will never forget that. If you missed it and you haven't heard, he I guess made an interception.
Yeah.
Went over. There was a kid over there who I don't know what he was doing, but
it was just watching.
Yeah, Elam picked him up.
Yeah, Elam said that it was not planned in advance. He said, I made eye contact with him, and I just ran over and picked him up. But all of his teammates got around him and celebrated with him. And you see that a lot. And that is something that we haven't seen, like a position group. They'll go celebrate together.
Yeah.
But you got all these different guys that are celebrating and doing their thing. It just has a different feel, a different energy. And we heard that, but now we've seen it for a couple of days. Shoddy has made that kind of impact.
Well, I tell you, they seem to be having fun, which, again, the NFL is a business, but this is a kid's game after all. And so you got to have fun doing it. John Machota has tweeted out that Stephen Jones was out talking with agent Joe Panos, who represents Tyler Smith and Tyler Guyton.
Well, I mean, Tyler Smith, after what's his name got his is due next. I don't know what to make of that. That does. I mean, we could jump to all kinds of conclusions. A lot of agents show up at training camp practices with their clients, bring them gifts, make sure they're doing okay, and maybe get a conversation started. But he's next. And he's another one that's going to be at the top of the food chain when things roll around. Who was it that just got his deal?
Jake Ferguson.
No, the other guard. Trey Smith, right?
Yeah.
Or Trey, what? Yeah. But because Tyler's next year, or they could do it early. And what does Steven like to say? And we'll get into all the Micah stuff coming up here because it's I don't know.
The Jones family being interesting when it comes to Micah Parsons, that is for sure. No question about it.
All these guys could probably just go down to Mellow Mushroom and get a nice pizza to celebrate.
They could, but we're out here in Oxnard, California. But if you're in San Antonio, Texas, you could certainly do that. And you know what? You might have $50 free to do that with.
Yes, sir.
You can win it is Mellow Monday. You can win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom right there on 1604. If you are caller number
9
at 210-656-3776, 656 ESPN, caller number 9, you get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive this Saturday from 11 till 1 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. This Saturday, 11 till 1, presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Get in on live quarter horse racing every weekend at Retama Park. This Saturday is family fun night with great activities for the kids, with free admission for kids 5 and under. Nothing beats quarter horse racing when you get playpen rewards with every wager. And don't forget, on August 8th, it's the annual Diamond Dig presented by America's Diamond, where the winner receives a beautiful diamond necklace. Enjoy terrace dining along with San Antonio's best sports bar, Clubhouse 95. With live music every Friday night. Visit retamapark.com for all the details.
At Target, back-to-school-a-days are here. What is back-to-school-a-days, you ask? We're talking 7 days of deals on looks and styles the kids will love, at prices you'll love even more. Because back-to-school at Target means getting all of the above. Through August 2nd, save 25% on select kids' clothes, with additional savings to round out their looks, including uniforms, leggings, polos, and activewear. Plus, their new favorite backpacks are 30% off. Happy back-to-school-a-days now through August 2nd, only at Target. Terms and conditions apply.
DQ presents how to make a blizzard treat even sweeter.
Just get a blizzard treat on Miracle Treat Day, July 31st, and help support kids like me, Ari. On Miracle Treat Day, $1 or more of each blizzard treat sold at participating locations benefits your local children's hospital. So treat yourself in the most meaningful way and support local kids like me on Miracle Treat Day at DQ, Thursday, July 31st. DQ. Happy tastes good.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
In Oxnard, California, our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys at training camp coverage continues here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm at Jason Minix, and Joe Reinigle did not time that perfectly.
Well, I didn't, but, you know, it's a long way to the schwanky porta potty that they have here in Oxnard. So that's the way it goes. But, you know. Gotta go. You gotta go. I was telling you, man. You go, Bo.
Yeah.
I've been holding this one.
Well,
for a while.
well, and it was kind of one of those. I was thinking I was going to run during that break. So I'm going on the next one.
It's the way it goes, man. It's the way it goes. Yeah, it's not close, but it's one of the nicest porta potties I think I've ever seen, if you can call it that.
Well, it is a porta potty.
Well, it is that, but it's a big one.
You got to get out more.
It's a big trailer looking thing,
it's a trailer.
Yeah.
It's like we see those at the Valero Texas Open. Those are the nicest. Although same company, you know, it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting when you think about porta potties. And I say this, follow me here.
All right.
Like we're guys. We got a guy for everything, right?
Sure.
If you need an electrician, I'm going to tell you to call Hill Electric. If you know, whatever, we always have a guy for something. Friend of mine that's volunteering in Hunt, Texas after the floods, he was saying, do you know anybody in the porta potty business? Nope, I don't have a porta potty guy. But it's kind of one of those things. There are certain times where you need them.
Yeah.
Where do you get them? What do they call it? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, I don't even know who to call. We called a construction guy. He had a porta potty hookup because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. But you think about all those volunteers up there. They were trying to find porta potties. You don't think about it that often, but I don't know. I don't have a porta potty guy.
I don't have a porta potty guy.
I mean,
look it up on the internet.
I mean, it's just kind of interesting.
Kind of weird.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
Yeah, you just never know. Just never know.
Porta potty.
Well, I just had a really crappy analogy in my head to transition to Jerry Jones and the crap he's been talking about Micah Parsons, but I think it would probably get me fired.
It might.
Pledge, you can't do that sound effect for at least 3 days after what Joe experienced yesterday.
What?
What did I experience yesterday? I don't remember.
You don't remember? You bitched about it for an hour.
I'm trying to think.
Joe went into the restroom at this restaurant we were at last night.
Holy cow.
Mad as hell because somebody exploded in there and it hosed down the restroom.
It was at the pizza place. I go in there as we're leaving. And, I lift the lid like you're supposed to do.
So you put your hand on that.
I did, apparently. And it looked like chocolate poo. I mean, it was runny. Horrible.
Oh, the way you described it,
amazing.
No,
it was awful.
What did I? Disgusting. You kept calling it
liquid chocolate or something. It was awful.
Oh, you were saying a word you can't say on the radio.
Well, yeah. Starts with an S. It was disgusting. And so I'm glad we had eaten already. And the pizza was delicious, but my goodness, it didn't agree with somebody.
I don't think it was the pizza that did that. I mean, if it was that bad, somebody walked in there with an issue.
Dude, it was bad, and they just barely made it. I suppose. It was awful. I mean, it really was awful. I had forgotten about that, thankfully.
I don't know how you forget about that.
Well, I did.
I mean, because then, I mean, the description of the constant disgust, but the actual description, I thought Rob might actually lose his dinner because I mean, like Rob was like yelling at his kids mad, telling you to stop.
He was. Yes, he was.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's description last night of what scene that bathroom was like.
It was, and my description was accurate.
It was disgusting.
It was accurate, though. And I don't know, this poor person, well, it had to be a guy, I'm assuming. It
was a men's room.
So, I mean, this poor
dude.
It is
California.
Yeah,
he
never
had
know.
a problem. He had a problem. I mean, honestly. And it was bad. You lift that up, you see that, I got to pee. So I can't, leave. Right? And so I'm like, God, this is disgusting. So I washed the hell out of my hands when I left, which I do anyway.
Yeah.
But a little extra there, but it was horrible. It was really bad.
Is this
really
the
bad.
same pizza place?
Yes.
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 You see that?
Yes.
Which those bushes are gone, by the way. They're all dead.
I took a picture. I haven't communicated with Spence in a long time, but I took a picture. I said, "There's still nothing growing here."
No,
he killed it dead.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes.
fortunately, this dude made the bathroom at least.
Well, so I mean, with
He's
Spence,
not hanging his hiney over the railing.
with Spence, it was projectile vomit over the rail. And in Ryan Eagle's case, somebody was in there before him with projectile diarrhea.
Projectile diarrhea is a good way to put it. Just
to give you, I'm trying to think of without grossing everybody out.
I think it's
No,
too late.
go for it.
It's too late.
And keeping my job, which is more important than grossing people out. But the way Ryan Eagle described this, I fortunately did not see this. Thank goodness. But the guy must have been hovering or squatting. His butt cheeks were not on the seat because it would be damn near impossible for something to come out of your butt and make it all over the bathroom that way.
Well, and it wasn't on the toilet seat, so he either couldn't make it to put the seat down and just stuck his butt there like a cannon, or wiped up the seat and left the rest of it. Dude, it was just all over the back of the toilet.
Stop.
It was
Stop.
I had to sit there and look at it.
Well, you
while
weren't
I peed.
sitting. If you were sitting, it might have been a little bit easier for you.
No, I wasn't sitting.
You could learn to sit to pee.
Well, I'm pretty happy I wasn't sitting to pee because it could have oozed out. I mean, who knows? I don't know, dude. But I was like,
what do you mean oozed out?
Well, if you sit down, it might have squished. I don't want any part of that. Dude, it was that runny. It was awful.
Stop.
It was runny.
Stop.
And pretty yucky. And look, dude, I won't lie to anybody. We were drinking beer, so I had to stand there for a minute, So, I mean, it's like, obviously, it was pretty bad. So, I don't want any part of that. It was awful. It was terrible. And so you're right. And unfortunately, I had forgotten about that. But it's that's one thing.
Well, I'd forgotten about it too until Pledge played the sound effect.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that back up. Thanks, Pledge. I would imagine that dude probably did that a few times.
Well,
dude, it was awful. I'm just saying, man, it was not good.
So Micah Parsons is still unsigned.
Speaking of poo, not Micah Parsons, the whole situation.
Yeah. Is that the way you're
I
going
don't
with
know. I'm trying to get out of this gracefully.
There, you can't. Just moving along. For the first time in a long time in Cowboy BS contract negotiations, it feels like Jerry and Steven are on the same page with their messaging. Stephen Jones talking with the media yesterday at practice when asked about Micah Parsons' contract said this.
It doesn't change anything. I mean, we want to pay Micah too. He's got to want to be paid.
He's got to want to be paid.
Got to want to be paid.
He's got to want to be paid.
Now, Stephen was asked the question because some in the audience, I think it was Saturday, as Jerry was speaking, as he always does during opening ceremonies to the crowd, they were saying, pay Micah. And so that's what Stephen was responding to. He said, we want to pay Micah. He's got to want to get paid.
Apparently he doesn't want to get paid.
Apparently not.
So the first Sunday at camp, Jerry does sit-down interviews with all the TV stations.
Yeah.
Generally a couple, 3 questions, couple of minutes, and does the car wash with all the Dallas stations and the San Antonio stations that were here, and I don't know where else.
I think that's it. Dallas and San Antonio. That's the way it's typically been.
And so on Fox 4 in Dallas, Jerry, when asked about the contract talk, said,
"Oh yes, obviously Micah. First of all, does want to get paid. He's getting paid. He gets about 20-something million right now. And that's pretty easy, 20 million standing there watching practice out there at the same time we're going on. But seriously, I don't have a lot to say about it. This is pretty commonplace.
Yeah,
pretty commonplace.
Yeah.
He's getting 20 million for just standing there.
I mean, he was kind of half joking, I think. He said seriously. I mean, but he is getting paid. He is under contract. Jerry loves to say that, and we all know that.
Yes.
But now Jerry's like, yeah, I'm paying him $20 million to stand there and watch. Then he says, we don't really want Micah practicing.
Not really, because I don't want him to get hurt. and he plays a contact, what you call a motion contact position, and linebackers, fullbacks, those guys are usually in the fray of it, and they take a pretty big of the brunt of the physicality of the game. So all of that is out there, but we'll see where this goes. But this is commonplace. It's commonplace around the NFL. It's commonplace here.
Well, I mean, he's right about that. It is commonplace. There's guys sitting out now, or like Terry McLaurin's case, he got tired of being fined $50,000 a day. Shows up at the Commanders' training camp. So, but he's doing the same thing. I will say Micah helped Tyler Guyton off the field today. He did something.
I mean, and Micah loves football, and I mean, but he wants his money.
Sure.
So, in one hand, Jerry says, paying him $20 million to stand around, right? And then the other, I don't want him practicing. He might get hurt. Everything that he just said about the position that Micah Parsons plays is why Micah Parsons is not practicing until he gets paid. He wants that guaranteed money because of the violent position in which he plays. There is risk of major injury. Now, if you're the player, obviously you're trying to financially be set up and you want all that guaranteed money because that's what matters. Guaranteed money is what actually ends up in your bank account. So that's what he's trying to do. I get Jerry's point of saying, oh, man, he got hurt. I mean, remember the couple of weeks, you get hit by a car. It's the business you're in. It's a violent game. Injuries happen. It sucks. And maybe Jerry is gun shy. Not that I'm siding with Jerry on this, but paid Trayvon Diggs, and Diggs has been hurt. Paid Dak, and then Dak immediately got hurt. But that's the risk you take. And isn't he known as a risk taker?
Well, it is the risk you take. And what he was saying doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, none of it does. It's Jerry.
I mean, you're saying he's under contract, so you don't want him to practice. He might get hurt. But if he's under contract, he should be practicing. I mean, that's what a contract is. So it just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. But Stephen Jones, even though it was a very short soundbite, says a lot to me. It's that Micah is asking for more than the Cowboys, at least at this point in time, are willing to pay.
I'll go back to, and Clarence Hill stands by his reporting with kind of a handshake deal between Micah and Jerry. Agents involved, David Mulligetta, no secret, seems to get more guaranteed money for his guys. And we're seeing more and more, not necessarily fully guaranteed deals, but a lot more guaranteed money than what we've seen in the past. And you look at the NFL as the only real major sport that doesn't have fully guaranteed contracts. And you look at baseball money, you look at hockey money, you look at NBA money, and the NFL isn't. And again, you see a contract. Look at the contract that Jake Ferguson just signed. Right? Was it 4 years, $52 million, $30 million guaranteed? He's going to get $30 million.
He's going to get $30 million for sure.
So there's $22 million in there that is likely never to see his account on this contract. They'll redo it. They'll do something. Got a nice signing bonus, all that kind of stuff. But the only thing that matters when you hear NFL contracts, what is the guaranteed money? And you're seeing higher percentages of guaranteed dollars, especially from David Mulligetta clients. I'm curious if that could be where the major holdup is what are the guarantees and how many years?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think it has to be that, all of it, some of it. I don't know, but there's got to be something, because that Stephen soundbite is to me, it's telling. Very telling that they're just not on the same page and they're not that close right now. And so I think by him saying Micah's got to want to get paid, well, yeah, we're going to pay you. We'd love to give you generational wealth, but what you're asking for is way off the hook. And I bookend that, Jason, with what we heard earlier, what Jerry said, last week, I guess, about players trying to project what salaries will be 3 or 4 years from now. And all of those things just kind of make sense when you're thinking about this. And I think Mulugeta and Micah Parsons might be just asking for a little bit too much at this point.
And again, I don't have a problem with Mulugeta doing that because I know the history says Jerry's ultimately going to cave.
Well, probably so. But again, it's, hey, Micah, I don't blame him for asking for it. You ask for the moon, but you got to compromise at some point. And it doesn't sound like there's any compromise on either side of this thing, at least the way it stands right now.
I don't know how close to, home buying it is. If you've got your house for sale, you know what your asking is, and you know what you're willing to take, and you discuss that with your realtor when you put it on the market. I'm just curious. Jerry's got that. Micah and Mulugeta have that. Are they really that far apart?
That's a good question.
Who's paying the closing costs and how much? Let's get this done.
Right now, they're as far apart as the Grand Canyon. I mean, because it's not done. So how close is it? Well, hopefully we'll find out very, very soon when this thing gets done, because we're going to be here all week. This is our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California. And we are having a blast. A lot more Cowboys talk, and we'll look around the league as well when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're always tired, can't focus, you don't have the energy to get off the couch, that's not really living, and that could be low T, which affects all aspects of your life, your relationships, your jobs, and it doesn't have to be that way. Get your life back with testosterone therapy by Synergenics and Low T Center. And do it right now while the test is free. But time is running out to take advantage of the free test offer. It's the 28th. The offer ends on the 31st. That's Thursday. So take advantage of it and go find out what your T level is. Just go to any Synergenics or Low T Center all over San Antonio. Take the test. It's fast. You get your results in about 15 minutes because they got a lab right there on site. Did I mention the test is still free? Most major insurance is accepted, so treatment costs are minimal. Taking control of your health is now easier than ever. So what are you waiting for? Go to fixmylowt.com and book that initial appointment. And at Synergenics and Low T Center, you have the power to take control of your health with their custom dose TRT, either at the White Glove in-center care, or you can do medically monitored treatment with testosterone delivered to your home. And if you're already a patient, tell your friends about it and get them started on TRT, and you'll receive a $250 credit. The credit does apply for any man or woman who starts hormone treatment. Guys, taking the test is free right now, and it's the first step in taking back your life. Imagine how good you're going to feel and how much happier those around you are going to be when the best version of yourself is showing up. A reminder, that free test offer ends July 31st. That's this Thursday. Book that appointment, fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 180! Get it first. Get it fast. Get it now. Full coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. Live from Oxnard, California. KTFM Floresville, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. So many storylines to cover for you. Micah's contract, because there's always a contract. Dak's health, George Pickens edition, a whole new running back room, new look offense, offensive line, new defensive scheme. We're bringing you all the latest on everything. All day. Live from Oxnard, California, San Antonio Sports Stars coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. Starting Monday morning, live from Oxnard, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we are ready to cross the state of Texas to bring the best hunting show to a city near you. The Hunters Extravaganza is a great event for the whole family. We have the latest and greatest the hunting world has to offer, from products to hunts, and feature seminars with Dr. Deer, Gary Robertson, and more. Come enjoy attractions like rattlesnakes, gator country, a fish tank, and many more. Join us in San Antonio for the Hunters Extravaganza. Get tickets at ttha.com. Brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
Lowe's knows hot deals help you get the most out of summer. Get up to 30% off select major appliances and get it delivered as soon as next day. Plus, get up to 30% off select patio furniture, grills, outdoor power equipment, and more. These end-of-season savings won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Valid on eligible in-stock orders in select locations. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back. My emotions are stable and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist, with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Houston Texans are going to be without running back Joe Mixon for most of camp and potentially more. Pro Bowl running back will miss an extended period of time while dealing with a foot injury that has kept him out of training camp thus far. Now some bittersweet news. Former Dallas Cowboy cornerback and now Colorado head coach Deion Sanders announced he's been battling bladder cancer. The good news, he's now cancer-free.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is a Monday on the Blitz, but a very happy Monday because Jason Minix and me, Joe Reinagel, we're out at Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. And it is a blast out here. A little chilly today, but you know what? I love coming out to Oxnard. We've been doing it, obviously, for a long time, and this is a fantastic place, except this banner is driving me nuts. I'm going to tell you. And Pledge and I both, man, while you were reading your spot earlier, this thing blows all the way over my head, and I was covered. So it's just like, man, I was like, what the hell is going on? It was crazy. But it's kind of like somebody's just, tapping the back of your head, and it's driving me nuts. We got to figure out a way to control this thing. It's got a mind of its own.
You see what I have to deal with? I mean, you realize 5:04 in San Antonio.
Yeah.
People are driving home from work where they probably deal with like serious things. I mean, and you're bitching about cold and wind and a banner that we've got hung up. It's clipped at the top, but it's the ocean breezes, man. It's we could clip the bottom of it, but it's still, that doesn't work. But then we'd be trapped. And I hate to say this, and I'm not throwing you under the bus, but we had it clipped earlier, and you couldn't figure out how to get out. I mean, we're going to be real.
Well, that's fine.
It was clipped earlier, and you couldn't get out.
Well, I'll figure out a way if I got to crawl under.
You're not getting down there crawling under.
These working conditions, I don't know, man.
We're roughing it here.
I'm telling you, I got a banner harassing me, and it's a little chilly. Although it's not as chilly for us as it is for the morning huddle guys.
I don't give a damn about what they have to go
Well, I
through.
really don't either, because I'm nice and comfy in the bed with a blanket over me.
Yes.
So I'm doing just fine when they go to work. But no, it's great out here. I really do. This, there's parts of the job that you like more than others. Like my job very much, and my entire career in the media. But coming out here, man, there's just something special about it.
Well, and you think about like this trip, and we got out here Saturday, and yesterday morning about 8:30, we got a delivery from our friends at Jim Beam.
Yes, we did.
The fact that some dude goes to the grocery store and buys 6 bottles, and
at 8:00 in the morning.
At 8:00, and the Uber Eats guy, or I guess it was Uber Eats, whoever delivered it. I think it was through Uber Eats. He's like, "What time is the party?"
Exactly.
But I mean, Jim Beam sent 6 bottles.
Yeah.
And then all the everything you need to mix some different drinks. One of them is a Jim Beam pineapple.
Yes.
Which I'd never had before. I do like Jim Beam Black, and probably have a nice old fashioned tonight. But I look at the pineapple was interesting, and reading about it. Now, we just took a drink of it last night. We've got a bunch of mixers, and we'll eventually.
Yeah,
I say eventually.
We got pineapple juice they sent us.
Yeah, it's 5:07, so about an hour and a half. We'll start mixing drinks or doing whatever. And but I just wanted to taste it.
Yes.
It was good. It's got a little different taste to it.
No, it's good.
It's got like a candy taste to it.
Alexandra says the best Jim Beam yet. That's what she's saying on our YouTube page at San Antonio Sports Star. So she's a big fan of it.
See, Alexandra's question: have you tried it? Yes, we tried it last night. We all had a
shot.
A shot.
Yeah, we did a little shot, and because I wanted to try it.
Kind of a big shot.
Yes,
it was kind of a big shot.
It kind of was.
Yeah,
but it was good. It was good. I do want to try it mixed with something. And I don't know, do you mix that with pineapple juice?
Well, Jim Beam sent all kinds of recipes. I mean, if you read your email.
Well, I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, liar. And then we'll do steak night because there's a grill on the.
I think we're doing that tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah. Always like steak night. It's always a good.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like you try to figure out what dinner's going to be tonight. Our lunch today, like we talk about roughing it. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's a nice ocean breeze, and the banner is annoying Joe Reinagle.
Yes.
And we go to the grocery store yesterday, bought groceries.
Yes.
Because you got to pack your lunch to come out here. So we're making sandwiches at the house, and then you realize this is the only Airbnb on planet Earth that doesn't have like sandwich bags or tin foil or anything in there, but they had a dish with a lid, and so that's what we brought our lunch in. But yeah,
we got to make sure we bring that back for tomorrow's lunch.
Well, that's true, and because we're roughing it here. You people don't understand the sacrifices that we make to be able to come out here to training camp to bring you this great Cowboys coverage.
I'm telling you, it's something.
I mean, a sack lunch like we're in the 5th grade.
It was a great ham and cheese sandwich.
Watching Joe make his little sandwich today and cut the crust off.
Well, and cut it in half.
Although
all of it.
Although the lady at the grocery store, good Lord, she literally said, "What's going on here? It's like a frat house."
Exactly right.
I mean, because Robin has Crustables and 2 boxes of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, and we looked like it too. 4 dudes running through the grocery store yesterday. No, it was fun. It was grocery store is always fun just to see what everybody gets and kind of the taste. Some of the things we have are the same taste. Some are not. Those Crustables, I don't know about them. And Rob eats them frozen.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
You'll eat a Crustable. Actually, you don't like peanut butter, so you probably won't.
No, I probably won't. Now, Pop-Tarts are good. I'll eat those. Those are good.
I will say this. There are Pop-Tarts that are, I guess, some sort of collab with the Girl Scouts. Thin Mint Pop-Tarts. Those are wonderful.
Are they really?
I grabbed a package last night after we got home from the bar. They were fantastic.
Wow.
And
I'm not a huge Thin Mint fan anyway, so
that I mean, you don't like anything that's good.
Well,
Thin Mints are crack. I mean, you get a box of Thin Mints and you open up that little sleeve and you think I'm going to eat 2 or 3, and then you go get 2 or 3 more, and then the sleeve is gone, and you really only wanted 2 cookies.
Well,
that's what Thin Mints will do to you.
No, now give me some Oreos. I'll do that. Some chocolate chip cookies. I'll do that. But I'm not a Thin Mint guy. So, it's everybody's got a taste, Minnick.
Yeah, well, they do. JT Jimenez said, Joe, did you have a manwich, turkey, cheese, Doritos in the sandwich with Louisiana hot sauce? No, that sounds.
You know what? That sounds fantastic, actually. We didn't get any turkey. We got ham.
We got ham.
And no turkey. We got cheese, the pepper jack kind.
Yeah, pepper jack.
We have Doritos, though. I don't know if we have Louisiana hot sauce.
I didn't put the Doritos on the sandwich. I know some people, I like to do that sometimes, like with peanut butter and jelly, and you put a couple Doritos on there, get that extra crunch.
My wife does that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, she'll put potato chips on her sandwich.
Yeah.
So I've never understood that, but I guess it's the same thing as taking a bite of sandwich and then grabbing a chip.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, I mean, it's all in one. It works. It works out well that way. Appreciate that, JT. And I believe JT is the one watching us on his big screen TV while playing video games.
Oh, that's cool.
Glad we're
Appreciate that.
He posted that
JT.
on social media.
That's awesome, dude.
On Instagram.
Appreciate that.
Very cool.
No, it is very cool. We are at Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. AA Best Bail Bonds providing that, along with Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. So, no, we appreciate you guys listening. A lot of stuff coming up. Even though the Cowboys are off tomorrow, we're going to get our first chance to hear from Floos, as he's called out here, because everybody in Shoddy's domain has a nickname.
Well, Floos was Floos when he coached at the Cowboys before. Shoddy didn't rename him.
Everybody's got a nickname.
He's always been Floos.
Has he called anybody by their real name?
Joe?
No, he hasn't. He didn't know who the hell I am. He did say hello to us earlier. Yeah, he did.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe. He called me Joey, I guess.
He'd come up with a better nickname.
Yeah, he would.
And I'm sure it'd have something to do with hair.
Hey, Harry, how you doing?
Good Lord.
Cowboys training camp. Talking Dallas Cowboys football. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you are having problems at your house with your AC or your heater or your plumbing, there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential, or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they've got all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899 is the phone number, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
AA Best Bell Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. What does the Cowboys defense look like under new defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus? San Antonio Sports Star relocates to Oxnard all week to find out for you.
Not strong enough. Need to lift a little more.
San Antonio Sports Star's coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp brought to you by AA Best Bell Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. All this week, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Football season is coming. Is your home ready for the watch parties? Upgrade your entry game with Romo Door Supply. Tough, stylish doors at prices that score. Visit RomoDoorSupply.com today. That's RomoDoorSupply.com, where home starts strong.
South Texas summer is no joke. With temperatures in the triple digits, your roof takes a beating. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're local, family-owned, and ready to help. Get a free, no-obligation roof inspection from a team that knows South Texas weather. Whether it's commercial or residential, a small repair, or a whole new roof, get peace of mind with Stevens Roofing. Call 210-785-0994 today. Stevens Roofing has you covered.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water, but you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check you have your phone first before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone, come back. It's my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life, come back.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a 4-piece GE kitchen suite for under $2,000. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt Max XR 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. Save big with deals that work as hard as you do. Shop Pro Savings Days in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 8/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bell Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Minix, I see comments on our YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star. Go there, like, subscribe to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Ramon Suarez says, okay, guys, truthfully, how chilly is chilly? Well, it's 68 degrees on my phone. I think you had 71 on yours or whatever the case. That's not the point. It's the wind. If it was just 68 degrees, I can handle that. That's not a problem. But it's the breeze that's blowing that makes it cold.
Well, I mean, you're on the ocean, and according to my phone, it's going about 15 miles an hour.
Exactly. So what's the feel like temperature?
41. No, I mean, but it's cold, and when you see people in California, wearing hoodies and jackets, and we were at this bar last night, the Rudder Room, which is spectacular. It's right on the water, and it was gorgeous in the day, but as soon as the sun was gone, it probably dropped, I don't know, 10 degrees.
Yeah,
easy.
I would say.
I mean, to give you an idea, this feels, I don't know, like a November Thanksgiving Day in San Antonio. It's cold. It's not yet October cold, but it's cold. You need a jacket, or especially if the wind is blowing. It's what's that old saying? The coldest winter I ever had was a summer in San Francisco.
That's right.
I mean, it's, and I don't do well in cold weather, just in general. So when I tell you, but you can walk out, and we're in a tent.
Yes.
So, and then there's a tent over there, and there's stands behind us. So we're kind of in this wind tunnel, which makes it worse. Now there's some spots, and during the breaks, because we're wimps, we're walking out and finding the sunshine just to warm up a little bit, but it ain't enough.
Get a hoodie, Sam says on our YouTube page. You did.
I bought one last night at the bar.
Typically, though, what people don't understand,
$50,
right? But it's usually perfectly fine when we're doing the show here.
Yeah, normally our time frame of being out here, it gets hot.
It does.
What I see is, I look up, that you don't normally see are clouds. Normally, it might say it's 68 or 72, and it feels like 80, 83.
Right.
But it will shift. I mean, the low this morning was 58.
58. That's cold.
It's, I mean, it's not going to snow or anything, but yeah, especially when you're not used to it.
What's funny is, obviously it'd be a joke. You'd come out here and you talk to some of the locals and say, man, it's hot. And I'm like, this is not hot.
Dude, our house doesn't have an air conditioner.
No.
And they don't need one. Open the windows. It's gorgeous.
I'm telling you, you do that, a little fan, it's perfect. I've been sleeping like a baby. But yeah, it's all good, man. I'm telling you, it's
we're roughing it for you guys.
All for you. Every one of you listening out there, this is all for you.
And
we're not doing this for us.
And don't lie. But
I think everybody knew I was pushing the truth there.
I mean, and this is, say, far better than training camp at St. Edwards in Austin.
My gosh.
Or Wichita Falls.
Yes, hell on earth.
But St. Edwards is, when Deion Sanders was with the Cowboys, and he made some news today that, quite frankly, this is great news, yet scary as hell. Deion Sanders announced at a press conference with his doctors that he had cancer, but they removed his bladder. He had a very aggressive bladder cancer, and they removed his bladder and then created a new one for him. He and his doctor, who's, I'm just going to call her Dr. Janet. I'm not even going to try to say her
fine.
last name.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she does what she does. But basically, the doctor and Deion announced that he had cancer, and this is what they did to treat him.
We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder. And I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
You can clap. It's okay. You were such a blessing, guiding me to, taking me through, verbalizing every darn detail so that I could make an educated decision, which some didn't want me to go that way. They wanted me to go the other way. But I trusted and believed in you 100%. And the process wasn't easy. Just like it was some scenes that you saw, all the bull junk that transpired on draft day. It wasn't just that. It was just I knew as well I had a surgery coming up. My sons to this day don't know what transpired. I just told them something with my foot, again, because I wanted them to focus on making the team and not focused on dad. So they really don't know. My daughters do. And this joker right here, much love to my son, Junior, everybody, get checked out. Because if it wasn't for me getting tested for something else, they wouldn't have stumbled up on this. And make sure you go to get the right care, because without wonderful people like this, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today, because it grew so expeditiously, I could say. But please get yourself checked out.
Well, and it's great that he's saying that and using this occasion. Obviously, there's some struggles ahead for Deion, but the fact that he's cured and they're able to remove his bladder and create, I think they said they did it out of some intestines or something. I'm not sure how they did it, but to be able to create another bladder, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, medical science is amazing. When I first thought, all right, they removed his bladder, I was like, never thought about bladder as far as organ donation, but every part of you that can be used for somebody else to live their life, do it. But that's not what they did. They created one. Now, granted, there's a lot of adjustments that he's now having to live with.
Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm gonna be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. I depend on depend. If you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like, I cannot control my bladder. So I get up and go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night. But then I'm sitting up there waking up, like my grandson. We in the same thing. We got the same problem right now. We going through the same trials and tribulations. We're trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real. It is real. It is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real. Okay? I'm just telling you right now, you're going to see it. You're going to see the practice. You're going to see one, because it is unbelievable. Like, dozing off and waking up, first thing I'm grabbing my crotch to see if I peed on myself. And it's just totally different. And I know it's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on.
I appreciate Deion having a press conference today. Everybody was curious about what was going on with him, because he had missed a lot of time at Colorado. And that's obviously right now how we know Deion. And so I'm glad he said that. I'm happy it turned out to be a happy ending in his case, that he's now cured. But I'm glad he came out.
And he is going to coach this year.
Yes.
And that was the other big thing. Would he take a leave of absence or not coach or retire? Whatever the case, he will coach the Colorado Buffaloes this year. But the part that I really respect Deion Sanders for with his words today is being so honest about something that is so personal and, quite frankly, embarrassing.
Yes.
If you're going through something like that and you have an accident and obviously you can't control it, I imagine that's very embarrassing. And so to be that public about it, to encourage other guys to do what needs to be done, or, hey, you know what? I mean, it is what it is. That's your life. Don't be embarrassed, man. Go live your life. And life is so precious. If this is what I got to do now, this is what I got to do. And he can make some jokes about him and his grandson. And,
yep.
I mean, it's just very, just for him to be this forward and open about what he's going through with everybody except for his kids. 2 of them.
Yeah.
He said, I got some medals to my feet. Okay. All right. Because they've been through that. And a lot of people did speculate, was that what he's going through, because he has had so many issues. But for him to be this front facing with an issue that is so personal, I commend him, because that takes a lot of courage to just put yourself out there, and knowing that he's in Depends, and what do you say? There's going to be a porta potty on the football field, because you know what? There has to be,
and the practice field as well. So he's warning everybody right now. When you see that thing, it's okay. My deal. I mean, surely the opposition will provide that for him too, right? Or Colorado will make sure that that's there. I hope so, and I'm sure that will all be taken care of. But I admire him for coming out today and doing what he did. I've always been a big Deion fan, but it was for other reasons, how he played on the football field and how he's coaching now. But to come out with something like this that is real life, and how many people is this going to help, and say, I've been feeling kind of weird, maybe I should go get checked out, and they'll make that appointment and get it done.
Well, that's it. And as he did say, he is certainly on the road to recovery.
Slowly but surely, I built myself back up to where I'm able, I'm strong, I'm ready. I'm still probably about 12 pounds down. I'm gonna get that right. I'm gonna fill these overalls up like no other. But it has been a tremendous journey, and I'm truly thankful that God is so good. God is so good. You have no idea. You have no idea how good God has been for me to be here. You have no idea. Thank you. Thank you both for everything.
This was
Obviously very emotional.
Yeah.
And he was wearing overalls, which, first you're like, and then you hear, okay, well, maybe that's just better for him with what he's going on. But he honestly, he didn't know if he was going to make it. And even made some jokes about having to update his will.
The funny thing is about that, you sitting up there ranking your kids again. Let me see. Shiloh deserves how much? Bossy, she left Colorado to go elsewhere. Let me see. Like you're really going through this stuff. Making sure your mama's straight. Yeah, I'm serious. You rank your kids too. I'm not the only one. So you had to deal with that and going through that. So you're straight. But
yeah, I find that funny. There's so many jokes there. When you have to rank your kids. But yeah, I've already told my kids, man. If you're expecting a huge inheritance, I got news for you. I'm going to have fun for however much longer I happen to be on this earth, on this side of the ground, that I'm going to have some fun. I'll probably be spending some of that money.
Well, I know you always joke that you're going to spend every last dime. But
exactly.
But what I mean, I think about the number of kids that you have, right?
And now all the grandkids.
And
man.
now all the grandkids.
Dude.
I mean, the ranking system.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I say this all the time, and it's no disrespect to any of my kids, but the first one is always kind of it's your first. And just like, remember your first kiss, your first that, at first, you remember it all, right? I mean, so I don't know. It's kind of that first one. I told my wife Maggie that her son had a baby boy, and it's like, you're gonna love them all, but there's gonna be something special about that first one.
Yeah,
always is.
Are you the older brother?
I am.
Yeah, you're the oldest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. I always got everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My dad loved me.
You sure?
He said he did.
Ranking your kids. See, I'm one and done. So
I know. So you don't have. You got an easy job.
I don't have a ranking system.
You're easy, man.
I don't know. But as the younger brother, I know that my parents love me more than my brother. I kid.
Well,
there was a time.
Do you?
there was a time.
Yeah, you were kind of a pain in the ass at one time.
Yeah. Not that he wasn't.
Well, sure.
But
it's all good, man. Again, the last check I write, I want it to bounce. just bounce.
Stop.
All over the place.
Stop.
Get
you
out
start
of here.
saving your money and
Yeah.
set up those kids for
Dude,
life.
You've seen me in Vegas.
I'll see you in Vegas in less than a month when we're out at Circa Las Vegas.
I can't wait for that. And you can go with us, by the way. If you'd like to do that, book your flights, and you can get discounted rooms as well. You go to San Antonio Sports Star, sasportstar.com. We've got a link there. And discounted rooms. Come with us.
Promo code Blitz. It's the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend. And even if you're not participating in the contest, still go to Vegas. Have a great time. Get a room at Circa. You can also use the promo code Blitz discount code at the D. It's the
which is just right there. It's next door.
It's the 21st through the 24th.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We'll do the show there. The 21st and 22nd.
Yep.
And stay for the weekend.
Absolutely.
So, we've had a blast, dude. This is our fourth time going back to Circa. Appreciate them for doing that, and they must like us too. We're like their firstborn.
Well, I mean, and they like our listeners, and we always have a blast out there. Vegas is right around the corner. While we're bitching about how cold it is here in Oxnard, it will be the opposite in Vegas. But you know what they have there? Air conditioning.
They do.
And if you're in that pool, it's cold water. I don't know how they're able to maintain that water. Well, I mean, they've explained it. It's very high tech, but the water's fantastic there.
The pool is about the best there
Stadium
is.
Swim.
My
It's incredible.
It is incredible. No question about it. Hey, we are out here right now, though, in Oxnard, California. AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage, and having a blast. Cowboys are wrapped it up for the day. They had about another hour and 45-minute practice this afternoon. That's what they did yesterday as well. And they get a day off tomorrow. So they worked hard. They're going to play hard tonight. Go get some good food, as Malik Hooker told us earlier in the show. It's fun out here. A lot of fun, and we're learning a lot about this Cowboys football team, no doubt about it. And we'll talk more about that when we return here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up.
I want winners.
Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off.
I like this kind of party.
From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Big year. I'm starting middle school.
Welcome to the jungle, Missy.
Best part? My parents promised me a new laptop.
Perfect for homework, essays, and drudgery.
So we went to Staples. They had all the latest tech, and laptops were up to 40% off.
Woo! Another back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button.
Mom high-fived the cashier. So embarrassing.
Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Until 23, select models only.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, Dr. Damaso Oliva Jr. here, candidate for Rayfail 77. I invite you to join us for the 170 Grander Poker Tournament on Saturday, August 2nd. Proudly sponsored by Thomas J. Henry and benefiting the Rayfail 77 Scholarship Fund. We're putting $170,000 on the table, and it could be yours. The top women's and men's finishers each win $50,000. Register now at TexasHold'emSA.com.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Lowe's knows hot deals help you get the most out of summer. Get up to 30% off select major appliances and get it delivered as soon as next day. Plus, get up to 30% off select patio furniture, grills, outdoor power equipment, and more. These end-of-season savings won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Valid on eligible in-stock orders in select locations. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
San Antonio Sports Star, live from the Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP on South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah.
Live from Oxnard, California, Cowboys training camp, AA Best Bail Bonds, and it has been a blast. It's our first day, first broadcast from the tennis courts here in Oxnard.
Hey, it's fantastic.
It's awesome.
And I know you don't know the lady that just walked by.
Who was that?
That's the lady that runs the pro shops.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Because she knows you're coming here and how much money you're going to spend over
Is that
there.
right?
So,
Is
yeah,
that she's
absolutely.
Do I get a little bonus gift or something?
No,
or what? No,
it's Jerry.
Oh, well, true. he only makes money. He doesn't give it out, right?
Exactly.
I tell you what, we will have to do that, though. Obviously, we'll be down at the pro shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
At some point this week.
I mean, old Joe Reinagel, I'm not a Cowboy fan, buys more gear than most of the fans that are out here.
Well, I do. I have to have a souvenir from look, I'm a big Jerry Jones fan, man. I'm telling you. So, whatever I can do to help Jerry pay the electric bill. It's my duty.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, do your part because the Nobu party on.
Yes,
on
and then
Thursday.
there's that.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. It's going to be a great week here at Cowboys at training camp. Tomorrow is an off day. We talked to Malik Hooker earlier today. Fantastic conversation. A lot of fun talking with Malik Hooker. Stick around in a little bit. Pledge will replay that during extra innings with Pledge. But one of the things, and I say this with a straight face, Cowboy players and coaches have talked a lot about Super Bowl. And
they really have.
And we've been coming out here long enough through the years, you and your TV days, and in a couple, was it third or fourth with the radio station. There are times that people don't want to talk about it openly. If they're asked about it, they'll answer. But I mean, he brought it up, and you're hearing that from a lot of guys and different coaches and players, and their belief in their room, which you would expect, right? But at the same time, everybody, that is everybody's goal, or at least it should be. And what's your goal? Super Bowl, right?
Of course.
But there is a different confidence tone coming out of this Cowboys camp. And what I find interesting is there have been years where Jerry has put together rosters that are legitimate Super Bowl contenders, and a lot of national media will have them as a Super Bowl contender. And again, I know some of you are laughing and rolling your eyes, and I get it, me too, right? But it is true. This year, there's nobody in the national media, hell, there's nobody in the local media that thinks this team is a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Yet these players seem to believe it. Malik Hooker brought that up.
He did.
He brought that up.
He did.
And I look, there's some Vegas has he at 8.5 on win total, right? I mean, it's interesting, but I think that's the influence of Brian Schottenheimer and how quickly he was able to change the culture. Because one of the things I asked Malik, when you hire from within, what will really change? And he said it changed on day one.
Day one.
That's crazy.
It is. And I think, that's when you see Brian Schottenheimer and you hear him and you listen to him and the way he conducts things, and then watching practice for a couple of days, you see how that is going. The energy that he brings, he's just a very energetic guy, a very positive guy, a very family-oriented guy. And I mean that naturally his own family, but I'm talking about this football team as well. That's how he sees them and how he treats them. And I think all of that makes a difference. Look, this is still a business. Winning is still the goal and the must, if you will. So we'll see how how those results work out once the season starts. But just watching this guy here, he has added an energy that I haven't seen in this place maybe ever.
Well, no, I mean, Bill Parcells had a different kind of energy.
He was old school, man.
And Wade Phillips was very laid back. I don't know what the hell Chan Gailey was doing. Campo was,
he was a rah-rah guy, but not like this.
Not like this. This is so different. And I think part of that is players today are different than they were 15, 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, so much has changed. And it kind of felt like Garrett and McCarthy didn't, right? Almost like, I don't know, I'm curious to see what changes we'll see from the Spurs with Mitch Johnson.
Yep.
And, if they relax some of the rules of the way Spurs do things, although I doubt it, but because it's the Spurs.
I doubt it.
But it is different. Even Jake Ferguson, and talking about getting his new contract, just talked about the energy that the staff brings.
The energy here is contagious, and you can feel it out there. I mean, you guys can feel it, and you're not even on the field. So, that's just a testament of what this coaching staff does and how this coaching staff approaches each day, but also to the guys who can buy into this and, keep that energy. If the coaches are just bringing energy and the guys aren't reciprocating that or buying in, you're going to feel a sort of, a drop off on that energy. But it's energy through the whole day, through the whole practice. And that's a testament to the coaching staff, but also the guys who are buying in.
What I found interesting, it's not just Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer's out there with everybody. He goes around to every group and checks on everybody, even though primarily he's dealing with the offense. I mean, he is the play caller after all. But it's the other coaches. And I was watching a bunch of the assistants, and I don't know who some of those guys are. But after every play, man, they're up, their arms are flapping around, and they're like, pumping up. It's just a different feel here than I've ever felt before.
Yeah, you had some coaches in shoulder pads and different things, and it is. And one of the things that I found interesting is visiting yesterday with Christy Scales, the Cowboys sideline reporter, while we were watching practice and kind of just shooting the breeze with Christy. And I bring that up, man. I mean, it's one thing to hear about the energy. It's another to witness it, which we did. And Ferguson's right. You can feel it. It is so noticeable, which is unusual. But Christy said that one of the things that she thought was interesting is you think about all the changes to the coaching staff, even for like people that you thought, okay, we'll hire him, I know him, or him, bring him in, that Shotty did multiple interviews with everybody before actually hiring them. And, in guys that are in different positions than what they've been for before. And, obviously it's relationships, but just to make sure that the people that he was bringing onto the staff had the same, everybody was on the same page. It wasn't just, all right, Flus, who do you want on your defensive staff? Go bring in your guys. It apparently wasn't that way at all, which I find fascinating.
Well, I think it's great, though, that he did that. That he, look, he
very thorough.
But at the end of the day, as folksy as he is and as energetic and positive, he's the boss. And you've got to draw that line. I'm the boss, because we've seen him chew out some guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll get on to them out there, which was one thing that I wanted to see when we got here, because I wasn't sure that he was going to do that. But he does. And so, look, he's the boss. And there's no question about it. And look, Flus runs the defense. I get that. But under Schottenheimer's control. And so it's all trickling down. But that's what I love about him, Brian Schottenheimer, is the fact that he has set that standard, that he is the guy. He's the head coach, and he's the guy that's going to take the hits if things go wrong. And everybody's got to buy into what he's selling. And I think at least early on they are.
It feels like everybody is bought in. If you were a longtime listener of this program, or even go back a year ago, we talked about, man, there's a weird vibe at camp, and it was. I mean, and granted, the offseason was weird. McCarthy being a lame duck coach, it was just a weird vibe all the way through last year. And it just feels so completely different this year. But I find it amazing that a guy like Malik Hooker, who, this is his 9th year, guy played at Ohio State. He was with the Colts. He's been around, and then all of a sudden changes in one day. And and Christy Scales told us yesterday, she's like, as soon as they heard that Schottenheimer had his first interview, she said, we knew he was going to get the job, because he is that great at commanding a room. And whatever the phrasing needs to be, these aren't Christy's words at all, mine. But my guess is whatever vision he had to sell to Jerry Jones, he sold it well. But Christy was like, as soon as we knew he had the interview, we thought, man, he's going to end up with the job. And again, because I told her, I was like, I wasn't excited about the hire when it happened.
Well, I don't think anybody was.
But, those that know Shotty well
right.
weren't surprised.
Yeah. Well, look, I like it. And what you learn things. Shotty is very transparent, too, when he's up there on the podium. He does a press conference every day. But he's very transparent. He was talking about Jerry Jones and how they get along. And he said, Jerry will come into the film room and want to watch the film and see what happened. And he'll, talk about, well, this guy did this good and this guy wasn't so good or whatever. But Jones, more so than I think maybe even I understood, is more hands-on than you would think.
Yes.
I mean, he really is. And Schottenheimer said that as much today, that Jones is a participant in what's going on.
One of the things that does surprise me a little bit about Schottenheimer, now, I've only seen 2 days of this with my own eyes, so I probably need to ask like a Clarence Hill or a John Machota or somebody, but he's so open on his press conferences, and they go for a long time. I mean, he has some really long press conferences compared to a Garrett or a McCarthy. But those two would do their press conferences and then another 10 minutes or so off to the side, kind of the walk and talk. And Schottenheimer, man, he is, the reporters have followed him, but he really isn't giving them much, and he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the 2 days that we've been here for those press conferences, man, off the podium, and, the reporters will walk with them until the players only line, and that's it.
That's it.
You're not getting that walk and talk, which I know with Garrett and Mike, some of that was on the record. Some of it was like, here's what's really going on, or watch for this. I mean, that, and I haven't seen that yet from Shotty.
I haven't seen that either, and that's interesting. But you're right. I mean, he sits up there, and everybody can ask as many questions as they want. And so I guess he feels like, and rightly so, because I never understood that anyway. I get
the
it.
Good stuff comes from
right.
the side.
All the good stuff is over there, but he's not doing that. He's walking. If you want to ask questions, that's fine. And I'm sure he answers them, but he's walking. and he wants to get out of there because look, right after his press conference is practice.
Yep.
So he
He's
doesn't
on a
want
schedule.
to. Yeah, he doesn't want to stand there and not do anything. So I like what I've seen so far. Can't wait to see the rest as we continue our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage live from Oxnard, California. We'll do this again tomorrow, Minix.
Yeah.
And the fellas in the morning.
Survive the night.
The morning. I survived last night. I think I'll be fine. The morning huddle gets you started at 6 o'clock. Rob and AJ, they'll be up bright and early, freezing their fannies off, but they're doing it for you. So they'll be here at 6 o'clock. Be sure and tune in for that. And extra innings with Pledge. That's coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California.